Welcome everyone to Venetian Poker Live. Another beautiful day in Las Vegas as we will have some more high stakes, no limit hold'em action for you. We're playing a 100-200 inside the stunning Venetian Poker Room located at the Palazzo Grand Canal Shops on level 2. Just take the elevator up there, park right down below, and get into action, tournaments, cash games, and a whole bunch more happening here inside the brand new Venetian Poker Room as we take you inside our streaming room. My name is Remco Rinkema. Tristan Wade, as always, alongside me to join me for some expert analysis, which we attempt to give you the analysis, but normally the action is so out of control that sometimes we can't even make any sense of it. All right, we got some massive stacks on the table. Okin with $174,000 in front of him. A casual 874 big blinds, but we all know that big blinds are a lie. They are made up just like birds, and we are just playing a much bigger game than what is being advertised. The name of the game, like I said, no limit hold'em. Tristan, this lineup, a group of guys who knows each other well, some feuding, some drama, all of that is what I expect tonight.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm with you. Remco, you said it best. I mean, I got nothing to say. You're on point here. These guys play a lot together, and they play a lot of hands.
It's going to be a good night of action. Let us know in the chat where you're watching from. Let us know how your weekend has been so far. I know it's only Saturday, but hey, weekend starts for some a little earlier than others as we see Moose 3-betting with ace-jack suited at 6,000. We have instant action here.
Shouldn't have tried to bluff him. I'm full now. That was good.
Venetian had good room, good food, and good game.
Love that 3-bet.
Except one.
Pennzoil Don. Good room, good food, good game.
Yeah, you thought, huh? Yeah.
Put that on a t-shirt.
I didn't even remember right
Yeah, yeah. You not forget that one?
Oh, it takes me 4,000 to learn that one.
All right, we got Tunisia in the house. We got rainy northern New Jersey. Baloo, thanks for watching.
Correct.
All right.
And we had rain yesterday in Vegas,
Oh my
and
God.
I was loving it. Reminded me of South Florida storms.
Did you see the video I posted?
No.
Bro, for everyone, okay, I've never done this. Shameless plug. I have a little page on Instagram where I document my cycling outdoor adventures. It's FCK this
Wait,
hill.
was it the turtle video?
Yes.
Yes, I did see that one.
Turtle
yeah,
video.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, I did see that one.
So I was riding my mountain bike, and a horrendous downpour met me as I was riding. So I sheltered a little bit for a while, and then there was a desert tortoise that came out and started drinking from the water puddle right next to me. Me and him bonded quickly. I made sure he was safe and made his way back into the desert. But FCK this hill, if you want to find it on Instagram, little cycling page there, shameless plug. But that video is going viral. I've gotten so many texts from people saying how amazing that was. But yeah, the nature here in the Las Vegas area is quite epic.
Get transferred down. You had
See ace-jack suited to win another one.
Come on, I'll take it.
Yeah, Remco. It was you being stuck up in the mountains when it downpours.
I know this guy. He's
showing me that.
My jersey.
Wow.
It was covered in mud and sand.
Nice.
4 in the morning, heads up PLO.
But I'm sure it's still nice. Even when I was driving, I'm like, this is a sun shower in South Florida. This isn't, but at points there were, you know,
I'm sure you know who I'm talking
downpour.
Yeah, he says, Julian, that's not the guy, I'm telling you. No, Google him. Google him. I was like, Julian, that's not the guy, I'm telling you.
That's Tomas.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Open with pocket eights.
I was confused too, but then I
Which
know
is like
exactly who
jacks
you're
in this
talking about
game.
afterwards.
Probably a good comparison.
Yes, much better.
I think I'm going to use it.
Hey man, y'all lying. The hand will not transfer to me.
You send me the whole thing.
No, not this time.
No, Daddy, can you send me that?
Not even near.
No.
You say I'm supposed to get it.
He's still.
If eights are jacks, what are tens?
Maybe it's
Queens.
Julian
But
putting on the pressure.
What do you think his chances are?
Keep in mind, we have a race of 1,500. We're playing 100 or 200. I think we have a straddle in play.
You win the
This
World
gameplay is
Series
huge.
This year, right? Just last month.
This is a really tough spot for Okin. The advantage is being in position, so calling in these spots is usually
Are you done
default
with those lemons?
since these guys are both 50K deep.
When life gives you lemons.
But, you know, maybe you just make a tight fold, or maybe there's some all-ins you play because, you know, you have
don't think I could
history.
ever
I don't
play
know,
in
but he's
that.
getting a countdown from Julian.
You never played Carlos Don?
188 one year.
No patience.
Oh, yeah. I think my previous best was one in the main was 160.
I played one time at the Win where they had the 10K buy-in.
But
I buy in 6
I won a
times.
bracelet in
I'm
23.
7 done.
Oh, really?
playing
60,000.
The monster.
Wow.
6 times, rebuy 6 times.
Julian
Yeah, I
with
love-
42,000 in front of him. Okin's
Or
got
after
the massive stack.
Oh,
These guys have so much history. I wonder what he's going to
Do you
do.
guys ever spread big O? 5-card hello? I prefer that game over.
And a very disciplined fold there by Okin.
Yeah, very disciplined. Again, those are spots where you can just call and set mine and play in position. But he folds the second best hand.
Oh.
He's going to see the good news. Julian actually had something good.
You feel better? I thought it was going to be a 10 jack.
What was it?
Okin feels like he won
What
40,000.
you lay down?
Probably.
He laid out ace queen.
Let's see a flop, though. Come on, dealer.
Favorite hand? What is your favorite hand? 8.
8.
That's what I thought you had that last time, and you lied to me. Now you're lying again.
Well, I said no.
Okay.
What you have this hand though?
8s.
8. Pocket 8. He says.
If you shove, I fall.
Yeah.
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 I call that bluff. Snap. Go.
Murky Gaming says, been waiting all week for
You
this.
raised?
Well, that's awesome, Murky. Thanks for joining us.
Same for me.
We've been
I've been stuck inside the house, taking care of a baby,
It's a Squid Game.
and now I get to watch these babies play.
Then I
Gotta
get
love
screwed. Then everyone says that's how we play.
Get a ruling.
Whatever he wants.
No, he raised. Come on, tell me.
Did he raise? Did he really?
What?
Did he really raise?
I don't know. You already folded, so it doesn't matter to you anymore.
It's a question I'm asking the table.
Why do you
So it's a raise, right?
really raise?
Correct.
Well, y'all need to have the rule established, man.
Right. You're asking on behalf of the table.
I mean, we use the rules when we want to.
That's right.
It's like
I
that
mean,
song.
we're dealing with
Hold on,
$1,000
you
opening
can't tell 'em
raises.
that.
Moose.
It's just
figuring out
wild.
For logistics-wise,
I didn't raise.
are you? You're welcome to stay till the
So
end.
we see that sometimes, you know, someone just throws out 1K,
Yeah,
maybe doesn't announce it, but the game allows it, and I think that's what
Can leave like around
the speech talk
9:30.
around this hand is based on,
10
as
o'clock
Steve
range.
flops best.
Okay.
Yeah, Steve flops
Because I
best by a
I
mile.
want to go to the win, and then change, and go back to Barbara. I remember at 9:30.
9:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost hard for
I'm at that.
Yeah.
only one
that's when
person
we
to
hear
connect
9:30.
here. Like, no one really has anything worth continuing with.
Finally.
Oh, no,
Rare
come
in this game,
Oh, you won.
but very
Yeah.
kind of dry flop. Nobody's really connected here.
Wow.
First hand.
Steve takes it.
You're playing much better.
Pucky?
Hey, right now. You know, Roy was wrong when he said, but I'll leave it there.
Oh, okay. Well, here, keep 100.
I don't think we're
He's a good guy.
What did I say?
Once again, if you're with us in the chat, please
trying to
let
throw
yourself be heard.
I don't remember what
Let us know how
There's not a lot of
your
things
weekend
for
is
it.
going, and
Somebody
please
wants
also
some dessert?
like this video and subscribe to the
We're
channel. It
full
really
right
helps
now.
us.
You guys did a great job. Thank you.
We're still doing
And ice cream's coming in.
it. And I can fold
Excuse
the
me.
hands as
How
well.
come we don't ever get offered anything,
Coconut
Remco?
cake?
Well, the thing is, Tristan,
Did you guys
I have
wish
such
him
poor
any kind of money?
self-control
Roy put his knees
that I would
Don, you
demolish
know,
that
David
and then
Farber?
fall asleep during the show.
Do you know David Farber? Have you played with him?
David who?
Farber.
Are those the
I don't- I
cookies
have
with
hard
the
time
ice cream,
remembering.
or was it straight up ice cream?
I'm
He's
not
coming
sure.
9:30.
Got a house in Aspen.
Can't get a good view yet. Oh, there is.
Probably
Wow,
Oh my
what is
God.
that?
Who ordered dessert, guys?
Everybody.
Yeah, we all.
One except
It's
me.
for
That's
everybody.
too much. We cannot eat it all.
It's for
right now.
everybody.
Julian is like,
Yeah, just put
can
it
I
aside.
claim one,
We
or
need
oh, is that an
15
apple
side
strudel?
plates. Is it on me?
Wow.
All right, let us know in the chat. What's your favorite
Oh, we
dessert?
should have shared, guy. Order too much.
Well, we know Okin's gonna
No,
try at least a
I-
bite of
I
everything.
didn't order anything.
I think everything is for him.
Big flop for B done, although he might not get action
Order
here.
too much. This
I
is a
ordered a
huge
bunch of shit.
portion.
Oh, you ordered a bunch of desserts.
Steve.
Steve ordered a bunch of desserts.
Moose, by the way,
Yeah, you said
Moose
you wanted
opens
coconut
the
cake, and then
1300.
I think Julian said just order everything, so I did.
Can you turn it down slightly?
Why not?
Yeah, we got a few desserts circling the table.
The only guy who doesn't get any, he already had his dessert.
So the only dessert I've given up on completely is cheesecake, because it makes me feel like I just ate a brick of concrete. It's never like, you never walk away from cheesecake feeling satisfied.
There's some good
think
like
we ordered the
light
cheesecake,
cheesecakes.
though.
Yeah,
Mistake. Send that back.
I've yet to try like the Japanese style,
Okay.
which
Over here, then.
might be better, but
What
Well,
about
creme-
this creme brulee?
that's
here?
one of my favorites,
I
creme
don't really
brulee.
know, but I'll eat it in a little bit.
My wife, if my wife sees creme brulee on the menu,
The only thing that's
she
not
she
guaranteed
says
is the
before
ice
ordering
cream.
the main, I'm getting creme brulee.
Somebody wants the ice cream and cookies.
The creme
Yeah,
brulee is
I want
terrible.
some of
I
that.
haven't heard from
There are
them
two
at
here.
all,
Pick one.
so-
Yeah, bring
Appreciate
one.
that,
I have
Raul.
no. Okay, we'll share that.
Imagine
World-
it's small one.
Probably just
You have that over
regular
there?
chocolate
The-
cakes as
No,
well.
I ordered the
Putting it in the
cheesecake,
bag.
but there's 2 cookies over here.
Yeah, yeah. You
Is
got
that mine?
The cheesecake. I mean, we'll,
Yeah, I'm good. It's good. I'll get it in a minute. No worries.
Guys,
He's talking about the chips, not
What
the
did you
not
say?
the.
I wasn't.
there's literally like
Waiter.
there's like 700K on the table, and they're talking about desserts.
Well, we
Like
gotta
it's the
get-
most
we gotta
important
get
thing.
the
Just for a
coconut
second.
cake close to the coconut
problem.
cake guy. You want some cookie and some cake?
No, I'm
Raul in
okay
the
with
chat
the
says,
coconut, but I cannot eat
Thanks,
right now.
guys.
It's
Love the
super
stream.
right now.
Looking forward to it. Makes work go fast.
Just let it. Just let it.
You
should
got the
try
right kind
some
of
of it.
job
Is it
that
so
you can watch
good?
the stream.
It's
This
really good.
looks really good.
Don.
Well, I love these camera shots. We're just getting new shots. Oh, that's the cookie
Oh,
with
it's
the
a cookie.
Oh man.
Right.
Oh,
No,
If
it's
you
so
bring
hard.
me a
It's really
cookie
good.
in a skillet with ice cream on top, like come
Yeah, the
on.
coconut is really good.
36.
I'm gonna be 36.
I don't know what they're doing. They
September.
are, I
27
guess,
September.
talking louder
This
so you
is
can
how
turn down
tilted
even
I am.
more.
I'm on a no-carb diet, and I ordered 6 desserts.
How old are you, Julian?
33.
Look at this flop. Moose top pair with a straight
Why
flush
would I
draw.
lie?
He think
Oaken
you
with
look
the
good
ace of
earlier,
hearts
he didn't think you
and a
looked
straight
good.
draw. So
Cookies for you?
he's got a good like bluff candidate
Thank you.
potentially, but
How
he
old do you think
checks.
I am?
So this should save him some money as he was a 3 better here.
I don't know if it's good or not.
That's insulting.
How old are you?
Probably
I'm
am.
gonna be 36.
I was going to say 30.
Now, at least
Oh, yeah, I'm
Oaken's
33. I'm not
decision is
fucking with you.
pretty one-dimensional,
Why
right?
would I lie?
I would say so. In a 3-bet pot, you know, this is going to
completely
slam
wrong.
into your
That's
opponent's
I don't-
range.
I don't-
So you probably just want to play check calls
Yeah.
here. You
Which
can
way
beat
is
some
it?
king queens. You can beat some unpaired hands, and then you have the hard equity.
No,
But
that's
little does he
why I
know,
say
he's
you
up
want
against
to
his
make a
one
joke.
hand he doesn't want to be up against.
No, not to make a joke. Because I think in a lot of stuff, I guess that now it makes sense.
The
But I
world
thought-
is
I thought you
Moose's.
very, like,
If he wants to keep
childish
betting
and
for
lots of stuff
value, he
and
could
now
check
it
for
makes
deception,
sense.
but he
It
just
makes
goes
sense.
for it.
It makes sense in my mind.
Explain me the difference between
15,000.
36 and 30.
Moose not messing
No, I
around.
really thought you were even more than me. I thought you
Bets
were like
full
40.
pot,
I thought like
basically.
38, 39.
Oh, goddamn. And he's the one that said you look good earlier. Hold on.
I said his hair looked good.
Oh, his hair look good.
What's your point? I don't even. You thought he was more worldly? That's because he's French.
Maybe that's also.
Yeah, and you just gotta let this go if you're Oaken.
He's very emotional, you know. He's
Ah.
very-
Moose.
I don't even understand if you try to be nice or
bad.
not, or mean. Like,
I'm not. I'm just trying to go. I'm not trying to needle you. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm just
All right,
having a
so
conversation.
Oaken with a disciplined fold.
you're right, I'm 30.
Let's talk about sizing it for a second.
Wait, is your point
Moose
that-
betting almost full pot. Is that like a good approach? His hand is so strong there, it almost feels as though he could have gone a little bit lighter.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
hard to-
Wait, you
I agree with you. Basically, when you have that pair, top pair, and a flush draw,
He said 30.
you don't really need to
Fuck,
bet
he's
polarized there. You can be
because
smaller
he's so accomplished?
and do some stuff, let some weak stuff continue.
I like that.
You really only get an action from some
just
real
seem
strong
very
stuff there,
worldly.
in my opinion.
We're not going to talk about it. I'm old.
Watch out. He's
And
adding
as
some
I predicted,
Yeah.
Oaken going hard on the cookie and ice cream.
13.
13. You cannot be that.
Oaken and I are very similar in that way. Once you present it to me, I will
Can you
not
talk
be able to
him? Let
contain
him show
myself.
him for a while. Somebody take over Roy, dude.
Now I found a sensitive spot about it with Steve, his age. That's a sensitive spot for him.
No, it isn't. It's just.
How old are you,
How
Joey?
old?
I'm 38.
So he got the right read.
You just got older?
All right, Don here coming with 1,200.
No.
Royski with 7 deuce.
I'm
We're not
33.
playing a 7 deuce game, but that doesn't matter.
What do you have there, Moose? I
We're
almost
suited.
knows
We're
it
playing
too,
the Squid
because we
Game. He
talked
needs a
about
button, so
I had
No, it's okay.
Jack.
I have the same.
No.
Oh, excuse me. I had Jack man of hearts.
Raising and
Top
then he
pair.
starts talking.
Straight
Get
flush
out of
draw.
here.
Swear to God.
That's
Oh,
just, his hand looks so,
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, here we
What'd you
go.
have?
so weird.
Ace king?
Ace of hearts.
Hey, you raising it. You're not interested in the hand no more. What's
That
going on?
wish.
That wish, yeah.
Wow.
Doc Hollywood in the
Probably
chat.
He
Howdy
just
from
throw
Texas.
3 chip out and start turning around.
Thanks for
talking
tuning
like,
in.
So you raised.
Like he doesn't care about the hand no more.
And here we go. Roy and
Now if
Pennzoil
Don
Don
2 weeks,
battling it out.
King,
Right.
something like that, a queen.
I could have
King,
and
queen,
then you're waiting
queen.
for one card to pass the
Yeah.
flush and you're going to
And
jam.
I almost
Royski
did.
can
Check
represent
thought about
this.
it.
Figured
That's
that, but I was like,
definitely
you know what?
within his
Top pair,
3-betting
straight
range.
flush draw. Boom, let's
Let's go.
Rock
Yeah.
and roll.
Yeah.
Eat that cookie before it melts completely.
Moose,
It's pretty good.
you look younger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
we're
your
good.
rating?
Much younger.
Cookie?
57.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, this dessert.
I don't do drugs and
7.5.
life.
8. It's
Uh,
good.
I mean,
sleep
maybe
a lot.
drugs
I don't
make
sleep a lot.
Royski bets 3,000 and
You know
Don
how
calls. I
important
wonder
sleep
how
is?
much
I know, but I don't sleep a lot.
more Roy wants to invest in this.
42.
Yeah, I would guess you're older than what you like.
I love
if
it.
you were.
But
The one thing going for Royski is he doesn't interact with any of the hands that might
stress
call the
about
flop
anything.
and fold in
Through my
future.
diet.
The right.
Yeah,
The
through
hearts, the
I know.
backdoor spades,
You know why?
the ace highs.
Probably, right?
No, it's probably
And Don, you know, same kind of goes for him. He doesn't block hearts. He doesn't really block too many spades here. He does block Jack 10 though.
Or he gets to lose the
And this
football
is
game
just
for
one of those
us to be out
spots. If
naked.
someone's bluffing,
Don't take
this
the one
kind of
that's two-thirds
sucks.
gone. Take mine.
It's hard to navigate, but if you can find 2 calls here when someone's going to shut down,
On the inside,
it's
when
kind of
he's behind,
miraculous.
Whatever it says, though.
But on the
Right?
outside,
Yeah, do the full.
Don is
This is
fishing
the
for
other same
info.
one that's got deep.
All right, let's see
come on.
how this develops here.
It's going to take an hour.
These are
Now, do you
very
live
tough
here?
spots.
Yeah, I do live here.
Do you? What did you do?
I take drug, I
Don.
sleep well, like opposite as you.
Taking his time here, understandably so.
So I'm very stressed.
Yeah.
Both players need a squid button, so that's
Do you
always
have business here at
the
all,
X
or-
factor here.
What time is it?
Yeah.
8, right?
Don is blocking the straight.
8,000 the bet.
Skillet cookie. Wow.
The way Don inquired there makes me feel as though he's not done yet with this hand.
You have a what?
The problem is he could be facing another bet on the river.
Okay, 1 cup of it is worth
I'm not a-
400 calories. 388
Yeah,
calories.
when he calls here, he should be very strong,
I don't know.
but he
How many cups
he
did
does
you do?
fold.
Good
He's going to
I
see.
problem.
Oh, so you have
Team,
check
good
partner?
fall.
He folded?
No, but yeah.
Yeah.
The manager is
The windmill coming.
Thai.
Everybody, 300 from everybody. We started the 2-7 after.
Yeah.
Nice hand, Roy.
That's another.
I'm
after
very
I
close.
attempted to do it. After I attempted to do it and it did not work.
Yeah.
I was excited when he folded.
Now we're doing
I was like, then Okin's over there with like,
Keep
you know.
turn.
Don't cheek!
Yeah,
Don't
just
cheek!
boom,
I have to
boom,
get don't cheek. Wake him up
Yeah,
a little bit.
it's right. Good one.
You were good anyway.
Good
You were
one.
good anyway.
I couldn't be better. Huh?
No problem. I'm happy.
Ace
I'm
on the river.
I'll be done on that spot to give you the time.
I'm very close, boy.
Yes, don't cheek! So tight! Your back squeeze, your
I get there on the river.
the butt cheeks get a little bit
But
tight
right-
over there.
Nice play, nice play. Why this guy?
Do you think Roy's winning tonight?
It doesn't matter at
he
this
planned
point.
the damn hand already so awkward. I call him with ace acting so bad. All of a sudden he raised and he started talking to Steve. He had this interest in the hand.
Think about how much disrespect
This
he has.
guy.
Don had a good
Good job. Nice one.
intuition there, but
It's
really
a
hard to
little bit
navigate with
tight
just
there,
ace high.
A little bit tight over there.
You're really visualizing.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Can you
Beat
see
on.
it? Can you draw
He
it?
thinks about your
With
outfit
a
quite
large
bit.
stack as well. Just comes in
He's
for the
really
limp with
smiling
ace 3
about it.
suited. Let's me look at the chat here real quick.
He's like in a, sleeping there in a winter sleep or something.
Okin mouthful of cookie, king 8 suited on the button.
That's
He's
called
going to attack. He needs a button.
Hibernation.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sleeping
Steve,
during the winter.
Thank you.
Took me a second to figure it out.
So how often are you guys doing this?
How often do Brian, you run
JP
again,
Marshmallow saying, I love some Tillamook ice cream.
like 2, 3
Ooh,
times,
that
3
stuff's good.
times?
Oh, they have these really good
No,
cookies,
not
like
only
ice cream
live stream
sandwiches.
Once a week, how many the last
Get them away
You
from
can
me.
tell
No, no,
Remco
no.
loves his dessert. He's
Get
itching
some.
for some
we do
dessert.
stream. Do you need an interpreter for every
Thank you very much. Communication.
All right, tough spot here for Okin
It's
as
once a week, sometimes
B
it's
done his
twice.
flop top pair.
How hard?
Roy, he don't listen. He just
Hard.
talks.
Sometimes
That's
once
why
a week.
sometimes.
Now, do you like B done
Yeah,
here just
sometimes
playing
they do this thing
pot
that
control, letting
half
Okin
stream,
do the
today.
bluffing, hopefully,
And
or
now
otherwise,
they
not
record
making
Right
the
now
pot
they
too
stop
big?
streaming right
Yeah,
now.
there's not much else you can do in these spots. That might have been a good candidate for Okin to start barreling. Like, you only have king high, you block king 10, you block ace king, but he just gives up.
Yeah.
He loves
I
it.
think that's a spot where
When you
you
borrow
know,
it from the store and you got to bring it back.
you might consider your hand bottom of range where you want to just
Really?
barrel off. You don't block the
Diamantes.
flush draws, and you could target all the one pair type hands going into the river. But hey, he's got a cookie on the side, so maybe that was more on his mind. But yeah, B done spot there.
got
That's
a
all
king
you
in
can
there now.
basically
Don't
do
hate
with
when
your
you
weak
show
ace.
me
Is just
the
hold
bluff.
on
You
tight
hate
if someone's
when
got a
you
range advantage. Hope they check.
Right.
Like we
Well,
saw.
I should have hated earlier today.
Well, stack's
Saving
not
the
really
line.
growing much
Oh, boy.
here in the first 20 minutes of
face
play,
of
but what
Sam,
is
I got
growing,
all up
or
on
rising, I
16.
should say, is the blood sugar level of Brian Okin, who is on bite number 5 of the ice cream and cookie, and I don't blame him, because if you roll that
For
thing
how
in
many
here
years
right
do you
now,
live
I
in
would
Vegas?
totally crush that. That thing,
Vegas has too many.
that thing is like, famous at Venetian. It's like the #1 dessert.
Oh, so you arrived post 2008.
He moves big hand here on
Said
the
2008?
small blind against a button open.
Ah, after, yeah, yeah.
Carl in need. Squid
Yeah,
button.
yeah, yeah,
So he goes hard here.
You didn't have a choice.
Yeah, that's right. 3 years, 2008, 2011.
What, American Army?
No, Israeli.
No height requirement?
No height. You say height? Like, you say height?
Like he's so fucking.
I'm higher than you are height.
You make these jokes about height?
He gets really bad anxiety when he goes to a theme park.
No rides can he get on. He's like, oh shit. Where's his tall shoes?
So funny to hear from you about height.
Oh, I'm so tall.
Yeah.
So giant. 6'1.5".
I was pretty tall before the elevator.
I think I used to be 6'1", but the older you get, the
Guys,
shorter
it's
you
the
get.
last hand for this squid round.
And you're about to pay it again? No, you have one. Let's go!
Finally.
I won one hand in fucking 4.5 hours.
And Don is about to pay the squid. Oh,
That's more than Alan Richardson.
Don got bluffed and paying the squid? What the fuck?
Shots fired.
It's called poker.
2,500.
There you go, look.
Okay, Moose is not going to let this squid button be had easily.
I should have called you there.
Raul in the chat says, Okin is going to need to check his A1C after the stream.
I had no pair either.
We need like heart rate
I really
monitors
consider
and,
that.
and
See
blood,
how much
blood,
you have
blood
left.
sugar blood sugar
You have to
monitors.
roll for it.
Yeah, what other
After correlation.
body
That's a cool hand.
So, very tight
biochemistry could we, heart rate,
Oh, these are nice.
oxygen? What else could you measure?
This hand you didn't have to show. You
Pulse,
you just showed to make
right?
sure.
I mean, that's all the same thing.
Yeah.
Moose just
Rambling
show
at this
every hand
point,
just to
but
make sure
is there
he
anything
doesn't
else,
fuck
chat?
it
What do
up
you
again.
think? Is there anything we could monitor in the
Only two
players?
losers?
Blood alcohol level.
That's a
You
good
missed
one.
it.
Every hour a breathalyzer.
600 and we're good.
That would be,
I gave him 3,000. He took it.
as we see the two losers here in the squid
can-
count,
you
but
can-
that would be interesting. Not that we want to sit here and promote
Musifo?
inebriation,
Wow.
but imagine if there was a stream where you had to
buddy.
take a shot every hour
Oh
or
my
something
God.
like that.
Well, I do know, and I watched some sciencey video on this,
Brian.
that alcohol affects
Yes.
everyone
Can I get some
differently.
greens, please?
Yeah.
So a shot an hour might send
Yeah.
someone to bed
Like Lionel Richie,
in
buddy.
a few hours, and someone else is just going to be cruising along. On which side of the spectrum are you?
Yeah.
I got that Irish
1,000.
blood, so I think I
They do a
could
good job.
handle my liquor
Yeah.
quite well. But
Yeah, I love it.
you give me a couple shots, and you
Brian,
might see
Brian,
some.
Yeah, they have to go to the restaurant.
Crazy
keep
action
it in the
out of me.
heater,
Brian, when I take
get
it
all
away,
the
I
order.
says no.
For it to be come out
I got a
that
story
good
once
from having to
playing
bring it all the way
video
up,
poker on a
yeah,
cruise
really
ship.
Yeah.
And you want to take it
Free
away, says,
drinks
no
on
way
a
to
cruise
take it away,
ship,
that's the
right?
best
Okay,
way.
okay.
What do you mean
Well-
take it away? I didn't say take it away.
You have no food?
I was
Didn't-
beating
didn't
up
like
the
the
table
video,
pretty
it's just
bad
like that.
in my younger days, early 20s,
No, they don't.
and I blacked out. I can't even tell you what happened, but I was having too much fun
Yep.
drinking whatever
Long term,
sugary
they wanna
daiquiris
Oh.
they were giving you with all the liquor in it. And I'm slamming the table. I'm about to break the machine. Everyone at the table's probably sick of me. And I blacked out. Basically, they said, hey, we're about to kick you off this cruise ship if you don't get the hell out of here. So
Did you end up like?
I won. I
You
won
won,
in the
okay.
game. I couldn't tell you how much, but good time. And I was banned from Carnival cruise ships after that.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I watched that
think it's
Netflix
expensive
show the other day
software solution
about that
to
horror
do that.
cruise.
Oh my God. I don't. I saw it.
I thought it was a
the
joke.
poop cruise or
Yeah, the
whatever it's called.
I thought it was like a joke, but it actually happened. Like,
1999.
oh my God.
I can't figure out how to fucking hit pause and play.
See, Royski, maybe
I hear you. I kind of.
he's counterfeit here.
feel like
Pennzoil Don with just queen high. This bet's gonna
I don't know
work
how
beautifully.
I had the best hand and somehow I got counterfeit.
But I agree.
You had the best hand, don't
I
you?
had you beat.
Oh, but I had a pair on the flop, I had you beat.
I had queen 3. I had that dominant, but on the river I can't call. You outplayed me again.
You're targeting him.
Second time in 10 minutes.
All right.
I'm not a huge fan of cruise ships.
Second time
You
in
know,
10
it
minutes.
seems kind of
2-0.
It sounds like a nightmare to me.
2-0 for the good guy.
yeah. It's
It's like a prison.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It was a long time. I haven't been on the real nice
think we're
cruise
gonna
ships.
play
I
big
have
one.
some friends who have done some stuff in like
left, Uber left.
the Antarctica cruise.
Right.
You leave
Well,
from
but-
Argentina and
yeah.
go down.
But that's more
It's
like
like a
a
boiling
nature
water right
cruise,
now.
right?
Right. That's probably a lot more fun
you're
because you're
saying the right
out, you're
one?
doing stuff. It's a little more.
When you say cruise,
I
I
am.
think like island hopping and like all you can eat margarita, all you can drink
Yeah.
margaritas.
it's basically what most of them are. I left out of the port of Miami, did the Caribbean cruise for like 4 days, and Yeah, I was a mess.
Would you rather go on one of those booze cruises with tons of 21-year-olds, or
Well, it's
camp
verified on the
for the same amount of nights
cassette.
in the middle of nowhere, having to figure it out all by yourself?
Wow.
Oh, I'm exactly even. Winning $100.
At this point in my
Now I'm
life,
like outdoor boy style, right?
Yeah.
You bring the
I
ingre-
got 4
ingredients
or
to make
5 days to live off the forest.
Well,
or-
you can bring food, obviously.
Okay, I got some supplies.
Yeah, yeah.
I could bring those peanut butter pretzels you saw in the break room.
One tin of those, and you'll be fine.
I think I'd rather that, you know, test my survival skills
Right.
for a few days. But on a cruise ship with a bunch of 21-year-old drunk college students, I'd probably be testing my survival skills too.
I would just stay in my room.
I'd be partying a bit. I'd have to.
B done here, limping as well. I love how there's no rhyme or reason between opening to 1,000 and everyone limping for 200. I can't disseminate what's actually happening here as we go hand to hand.
I think B-Dun's playing he's the biggest winner right now, right?
Yep.
He got 134K in front of him, but he is kind of playing a more trappy kind of, I'm going to limp with this good hands. I know you guys limp with a lot of BS. Thus far, we've only seen, 10 hands or whatever, but Pennzoil Don takes us with the best of it. But yeah, it's hard.
Fast.
Just the Squid Game just has everyone just playing all kinds of hands, doing wacky stuff.
L Dude in the chat says, walk the plank.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We got Kelly says you can measure body temperature, pulse rate, respiration rate, and blood pressure. Okay.
Blood pressure is a good one. Is there a doctor in the room? Someone's got a high blood pressure.
It's all right. Yeah, I could have gotten in big trouble with that hand versus you. Almost.
Action folds over to Julien.
I was close.
We are getting the raising chips out.
I think if I bet less, you try to come over
He
the top.
seems interested.
We just opened to
Kind of the
1,600.
plan.
But I bet enough to where you know I'm not going to fold.
Yeah, so remember, right? It's like,
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
it? 300 per
think-
squid.
Right.
I almost raised the
So-
flop,
Like
and then I
eight,
said,
if I bet 8 or 9,
You could
I think you jam
effectively say
everything.
there's an
Mike and I probably
ante
wouldn't do
in
it.
every pot.
And guess what?
I don't know if you want to say that's like a $300 ante
oh, really?
added in every pot,
Yeah,
because
Yeah, right.
there's actually,
Open-ended
what is
with
it,
it,
like a
yeah.
5K swing,
I said
let's
right.
say,
I
if you
said
don't
this
win a
against
squid
you for
button,
8 grand.
Right.
then you have to pay and you don't win any money. So maybe it's actually like 500 extra in each pot or
I thought
something.
you actually had something.
And look at
so-
Steve. Just comes with the lead and takes it down right away. Julien
my
doesn't
line.
want to mess with this.
Tune in.
Right. Tune in
Best
to,
hand wins
to
it.
see.
What's that website, people?
Okinsgame.com.
Okinpoker.com.
You won't lose twice.
If
Back
you want
to
to
back.
play in this game,
What's going on?
Okinsgame.com.
Straight shot. That's the best hand I've had all night.
Send in your application.
What do you do after good hand?
What do I know?
What do you do with like?
I lose.
ace
I
king
wait till this guy hits it straight on the river, and then I pay him off.
Check's the best hand, then when the better hand
Julian,
comes,
what happened
Yeah, pretty much.
to Braxton? He was coming today, right?
He's,
Yeah,
locked,
I
he's
thought-
locked up.
Oh,
I thought he's coming today also.
1,000.
He reached
But
his limit up, and
he's-
so lock it up.
He can win, it's available.
Lock it up.
Don't even get the
Otherwise,
smile.
it's
Green tea shot. Green tea shot. 5 green tea shot. We need 5 green tea.
it'll all be gone.
Raise to 1,000 here from
He lost a lot yesterday.
Royski
He can
and
win today. That's fine.
Carl
Yeah.
feels
We do a
obliged
lot.
to
We
defend
hemorrhaged.
with the 8-3 suited, and
What'd you
Royski
say?
absolutely
We're still stuck.
smashes it. Carl, by the way,
Oh, from overall.
down to just
from
a few
overall?
crumbs here.
Yes, I am.
Of course he is.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. How much
Crumbs
was it?
indeed.
155.
Yeah, well, I took 1 seat. Yeah. Today you up 100? 55 lose.
2,500
I stand
chips
by what I
in front of
said.
him.
Yeah, no, I said it's yeah.
It's got to feel a little ugly when the guy to your right has
American.
170,
Me and
the
Julian
guy
have
to your
55
left has
breaking
150.
I'm telling you for me.
But in this game, I imagine you
Yeah,
could
for you,
spend
good
that
day.
to 100K in some universes.
Well, and the one thing is, before reloading, if you want to just try and win a squid button by shoving your small stack into the middle, that could be a cheap way to get out of a big payment.
Agreed.
All right, round of green tea shots. Yeah.
Green
Can
tea
we count the
shots?
jacks in this deck?
Is that a way to
What the
balance
fuck?
out the ice cream?
Could be.
You're a green tea guy.
Drinking some green tea right now. There's no shot in it though.
Every time
Carl's just
Brian
gonna stick it in
today
with the
tried to
3-4.
three-bet, It was facing on him from
Well,
Maybe
he'll-
ideas to rebuy.
He'll be live. He's going to build a pot here, by the way. We got
How much? Just kidding.
Royski, Okin, and Moose involved here. Action has not been reopened. Okin already made it
His
4,000.
26?
Oh, excuse me,
I called
Royski
before, right?
folded.
Yeah, he's got Carl here with a chance to triple up. He
Look,
needs a
Carl.
connect though. These guys are sharing some cards.
Good luck, Carl, for the main pot.
Thank you.
Queen 5-8. Nothing out there for Carl. Okin flops top pair.
There is some money in the side. I think a few thousand.
Losing nonstop. Is hard on the
2K into 12. What are your thoughts on that sizing?
I'm fine with it, but for this size, I think Moose has got a call
Once or
here.
twice? I don't care. Twice.
It's 2K to win, you know, 13K potentially, and you have some backdoor equity. You got an overcard.
Deuce.
So I would like to see
Six.
King Jack of Diamonds
Ace.
peel one
Ace.
there.
Deuce 6.
Heart.
But fine by Okin as well, you know. He's just trying to get a hand like that to fold if it does.
Okin
Oh,
allowing to run it twice. And the 7 of hearts gives him tons of options. However, the ace of clubs does not give him half the pot. Let's see if he can find some way out here on the second board. Excuse me. 9 of clubs not going to do it, and Okin will scoop this one. Carl already reaching in the backpack, finding some new ammunition here, and that's the name of the game. Once those chips are gone, you just keep on putting more on the table and
green tea shots.
it's
round of drinks for the
25
players.
green tea shots for Braxton.
doubles. No, I'm kidding.
I want please that the energy drink, the ghost one. Yeah, but I want to do the 0.
Did you bring this? Or was that
Brian,
him?
can you please shut your mouth when I'm asking? Thank you.
Oh man, you hear what did you hear that study?
I'm like talking to her, he just like.
The study that came out on those, the ghost ones.
What's it? Can I get a 0?
He's like, hold on, let me order it first.
Your dick littler.
Get out of here.
I understand, so that's what we're saying. Impossible.
Did he
So
say
what do you say? What came on the? What was the story?
I don't want to tell you; it'll scare you away from it.
No,
They heard
It
you on
doesn't
the
bother you.
mic.
It's okay. It just makes your dick smaller.
No, I'm good. Wow, I forgot I ordered this.
Listen,
Bidon clearly has done the
doesn't-
research and has found the effects
Don't shoot
I'll
the
be
messenger.
to
fine.
be quite devastating.
Whoa,
I'll be
whoa.
fine. I'll take my chances. I'll be fine.
Julian
I'll
at
take
ace-6
my
off.
chances.
Makes it 1,000. Moose calls with the 5-3 offsuit, and we're just
Yeah,
going to see a
but
flop here between
Desiree
two
may not,
Roy, give me
mediocre
some
hands.
may not want you to
Right.
take chances.
Yeah, I'll give you some.
Just the ray.
Maybe Desiree doesn't want you to take such chances. I don't know.
Desiree. Desiree.
Julian goes
Never mind.
small here, 800, and Moose
Is that his wife's name?
is going to grab, yeah, that's check raising
I
chips
assumed.
right there. Looks like 4,800.
Girlfriend's name.
That's a big check raise. Wow, look at
nice
that.
play.
Buffalo.
Good job.
Very important to show your hand the first time.
Now you'll never forget.
Yeah, I will.
Got a straddle out there now. Julian under the gun. Gonna
Double
put
straddle.
400.
Do you like the taste of them or do you take them for energy?
And Roy's gonna double straddle.
Just for energy.
Do you don't like
1,
coffee?
200, 400,
There's
800.
not enough caffeine for. I drink a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
And the
So it
coffee is
doesn't don't do enough?
40,
32.
40, 50.
I don't- I
Double
don't
espresso
know.
is usually 50 grams of caffeine. This one it's 100.
Oh my
Usually
wait,
the
hold
one I
on.
do drink-
We have 4
Whoa.
straddles or 5 straddles. I don't even know what that is,
Usually
Remco.
drink the
Wait, so-
first drink,
16,
Celsius.
32.
32?
milligram of caffeine.
Okay, this
okay.
game is now officially out of control.
Actually, I should
We have a
cancel.
straddle up to 3,200.
Can you call Max?
Is this a straddle?
I put few in the fridge.
Carl with A6.
Oh my god, he could have just jammed
Yeah,
there.
probably could have jammed there. I mean, don't get me wrong, that is a big jam, but
Yeah,
you're
it's a little
risking
hard to
40K to
I
win
don't know why I did
6,500.
that, but whatever.
Mike, do I still have some stamps in your fridge?
Suited aces probably performed decently well in that spot, but whatever. We're moving on now. The jack deuce off. I mean, this is a bottom rung hand here.
I knew you.
But Julien goes all in for
Wow.
51K with one of the worst hands in poker.
Let's go, Julien.
Right in your ass.
He's looking at him like, what? This was
He's
yesterday.
upset.
What are you so mad about? And why are you always talking about people's asses? Seriously, just go talk to your psychologist about it.
Very same situation was happening yesterday.
Yeah?
Bro, I'm
In
behind you all
somebody's
the way.
ass.
I think if Okin had
I know what
anything,
Braxton would do.
anything king high, he would have
Too
called.
soon.
What's he at? What he at?
I know what Braxton would do.
Didn't work?
Well, main event needle
you don't
there
have
as
7-8.
Braxton called
Oh,
all in
yeah.
with six suited.
Like I was. Talking about? This is your hand in the main event. Oh yeah, that wasn't very good.
What do you have?
No, I
It
got
didn't turn out very good.
Please, call. It's a 50-50.
Damn.
What do you have? Pocket 5?
Show it. There we go.
It's a bad game.
50K. Oh, look at Okin's face. He's like, oh my God.
10-6
What a
suited,
maniac.
the monster.
Not really a 50-50.
He was steaming after the hand against
Probably
Lewis.
is, right?
No, I just got him steamed. I just bluffed him out.
When's the last time you jammed $50,000 with Jack Deuce off?
You think so?
Look at
I
me.
mean,
Tristan is shaking his head.
Never in my fucking life,
I would
They
Remco.
saw the hand.
What?
Jack just offsuit against 10-6 suited. It's
I've never
around
jammed
50-50.
50K
No?
in a cash
can hit
game,
it
I don't
straight.
think.
If we had our phones,
Yeah,
we could
never.
check.
Never have I had a 50K stack
Oh,
in a cash
actually,
game.
there's one guy.
One day, though, one day.
We'll get there.
60-40 for who?
Keep grinding the mid stakes.
All right, I'm
With
ready
suited?
to bet. but no.
Nobody ever.
I think so, get a bump.
with the Jack Deuce.
I have one overcard, but I think Jack Deuce is a bad.
That's
25K, okay, but 50K, that's,
Bet, man.
you know, that's the average American salary there almost.
No, I mean, he fold 10 high, right?
Well, well, well.
Wow. That,
Oh
oh,
my-
God, he
oh
wasn't
my
lying.
God.
Oh, Remco, close your eyes.
No. Put it, take this away
Actually,
from
this
me.
is for you, Remco.
No, I can't.
Wow, what is this?
Okay, so for context, producer
It is what
Curtis
it is, you know.
has been courteous enough to
It's
bring
not my
us
first
some
friend, it's
dinner.
not my last.
I declined. I had a big lunch. And
but
here I
you'd be
am,
so steamy,
staring
you'd be
down
able
at
to have a
churros
table,
with
it'd be
I actually have a
chocolate
good feeling.
sauce, vanilla sauce,
Not
and
all
some
in
sort
all
of
in,
whipped
though.
cream
So
with
steamy.
fruit.
So steamy.
Never
And
call him out.
yeah, I'm going to have to politely decline.
Do you want me to move this over there?
Yeah,
He's
please.
licking his lips, folks.
Yeah.
3 people.
I literally have like self-control for about
Right.
30 minutes, and then I'll probably ask for it.
I don't know why that came.
I?
Anyway, sorry, we got poker being played here. Pennzoil Don making a turn call with the
Okay, I
best of
didn't
it
ask
so
you, but
far.
Could you sign my bag before I leave?
A jack of spades on the river. Don
My bag.
with the best of it here as B-Dun misses his flush draw. He does table his hand with confidence, but this hand or this pot will get pushed to Pennzoil Don.
I didn't order that, Remco. Just gonna say.
Yeah, I don't believe you. You guys are just taunting me.
The main?
We've heard how weak
I know.
you
I am-
are
I
for
am
dessert.
So weak.
I mean,
So
this
we
round,
got the
I think
churro
I
with
lost like
the
3
three
hours.
dipping
Yeah,
choices.
That
for
look-
it.
looks
That's
phenomenal.
the family I had this, but previous. I think that's where I played you.
Maybe. I play it every year.
Yeah,
Basically.
same. That's where I think I played you.
This is the year you didn't play this year, huh?
I didn't play this year or last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had a wedding this year, and then I had a death the previous year.
I think I played 8 times. Online. 8 or 9 times.
And you're only 33?
And I cash once. I reached dinner break once too, of day 1. It's not for me.
My goal is to play the main event before I turn 33.
How old are you? Just saying.
32.
How many kids? How old are you?
Moose makes it 2K with the suited queen 10.
I need to
B-Dun
take
just
some
calls with
lessons on this
7-5
game.
offsuit, no problem.
Here.
Julien is in there as well with queen 9 suited. This could
49
get
if
very
you
interesting
play
here.
single.
Yeah, and there's
single
Carl.
round
So we got
will be
4-way
49
action.
in October.
8,400 in the middle.
Stop aging him.
Queen 10-10, and Moose flops a full house. Julien flops top pair, so Moose potentially has a customer here. Julien betting 5,000. That's music to the ears of Moose,
Look at how white
who's
his
just
legs
going
are.
to come along and make the
Why you
call,
take his
keep
legs
this
out?
thing
Looks like he put
well
Why are you
disguised.
taking his legs out?
Not a
because
single hair.
That's what I
No
picked
muscle.
out.
No muscle.
Not a single hair.
by the way.
So.
Ace of spades
He
on the
talks
river.
like-
It's like he puts fucking.
Julien decides to check now. Here comes Moose
So white.
with the value bet. Let's see
Probably
how
puts
much he's
that
going to toss out there.
Lotion from the.
Oh my
his
God,
skincare.
he goes for
$300
20,000. Again,
What are you talking about? It cost him like.
when Moose has it, he just goes for these massive sizes.
All he's got to do is pull out the fucking.
Clearly hoping here that
Purell.
Julien has an ace,
This
but
little bottle.
he would have probably bet that himself.
Ointment.
Tough one for Julien. He, beats bluffs.
What are you doing?
But Moose already has a squid button, so maybe he's not the kind of guy that just go crazy now. Like we did see him just with 5-3 offsuit previously.
Where he goes? Late till 2 a.m.
He's got to have like maybe King X of hearts,
Woke up
Jack
at
X
7
of
a.m., went
hearts.
to work,
Ace king.
Came back here.
I guess. Ace king.
Maybe work your second.
Some
time.
more.
Shit, I should have called with that 10-6 suited just for
Yeah, just
Braxton.
some even.
Did you hear Julien talking about hands
Yeah,
he loses
you
to now?
couldn't
Ace, King,
explain it.
Ace, Jack.
It wasn't 60. It was 60K, buddy.
He's going to let this go.
Julien, a very sticky player, but
Moosey.
can think of plenty of hands that can beat him here.
Show it, Moose.
Tomorrow.
Next time.
Thanks.
Braxton? 3,000? One more. Ah, why didn't give me yellows?
All right, here's a look at
Give me
the
yellows, Braxton.
current standings. B-Done
Yelling at me.
is up the most.
Give me yellows.
You
Thank you all so much for
3,000.
tuning
I
in.
did it.
Please make sure to hit the like button and
Actually,
subscribe to the channel.
Let me bow.
We're stoked to have you all tuned in again tonight.
Oh, yeah.
This
I-
game every
So I don't-
Saturday
I don't-
night.
Somebody took a 5 from here, but
He got to pay us.
no.
The squid,
I don't
which
even
is
have a second.
$300 per round.
I don't need.
Well,
Tell Roy
You don't want to go?
it's over.
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
it's over. I already paid.
Roy started, so they need the button.
Roy.
Squid being paid
Are
off
you
here.
going to do it or not?
How many people? Just one? How many
I got two. I got two.
I paid. I
How many
think
you
he paid.
got? Brian, how many you got? Oh, all right.
yes.
Give me 400.
I had one.
Throw me 12.
I had one. Two.
Yeah, you got one. 12 here and 6 there.
Give me 200.
Someone come up with 200.
And do it between. Do it in between.
Give him 2 and give me 6.
Okay, yeah. And then
Okay, small
that'll
one.
fix it, right?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, perfect. And now we got the button.
This I was like thinking maybe I'm losing it, but I remember I did have 15 when I said.
What did you have?
Oka makes it 1,200 with Queen 10. Carl just with the call, and that invites B-Done,
You can say we're gonna see
Pennzoil
it now.
Don
Moose.
into the pot. Let's see if Steve has anything.
Queen 10.
Yeah, you
Steve
got them
continues
lucky.
to catch a lot of bad cards,
Queen
and you can
10.
see the frustration on his face.
Queen Jack, Queen something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's a bad bit for you, the ace on the river.
Yeah, because I know you just say, try to push me.
Wow, if Julien had jacks, that's pretty unlucky.
Queen 6-7, 2
No,
hearts.
he had-
Don
he had Queen,
flopping the
Jack,
flush draw.
And, and Queen.
Carl, top pair, top
Okay.
kicker. Okin, top pair,
And you had queen
bad
10.
kicker, at least in relation to what Carl has.
That ace was good card.
Yeah.
B-Done has
Very big bet
backdoor
before.
spades available to him as well. Backdoor straight draw also. This could get 4 ways to the turn,
Obviously.
but B-Done does get out of the way. Don happy to call with the flush draw. Turn card is a 3 of clubs. Okin slowing down here. Doesn't want to run into the type of
So I
hand
think
that
if I
Carl
raise the
has.
Turn, I don't know.
I don't think. I think you played it well.
Huh?
I think if it's not an ace on the river, you win a lot.
But on the turn, if I raise you,
Don't worry about it. I would have folded.
yeah. You won't fold?
Yeah, Okin slows down multi-way here,
Very suspicious.
as he should.
Right.
And Carl just comes with a pot size bet. And this is going to price Don out as we see him kind of disgustingly make a fold.
Just a lucky ace on the river.
And Okin make a quick fold top pair, and that's good knowing your player, basically. There's just not
Very-
going to be bluffs.
Yeah, very well done by Okin there.
Nice hand, Carl. Thank you.
I've had 3 out. Barely missed it.
I'm undefeated.
You
on
paid
not
it
paying
twice.
time.
Head up, I call him.
The
I
other
worry
guy.
about
Paid it
you.
twice.
Huh?
Head up, I call him. I had a draw.
You paid it twice tonight.
I think I need to
Ace of
introduce.
greens.
We need to introduce Braxton.
That door
to Dyson.
Bronson, 10 deuce of heart.
Is it what, Dyson?
To Braxton. I need to introduce him.
Ah, No, he's digesting his food. He was playing great before the break.
Have you paid it once?
Okay, you think I should introduce Braxton?
You're not allowed to
the
have your
Dyson?
phone. Does he have the app?
Yes.
Yes, I need to introduce him to the Dyson. I'll go bring my
Yeah?
for the Dyson. We'll introduce you to the Dyson.
Twice.
Do you have the Dyson in Midland?
What is that?
I'll show you.
What did you call it?
Dyson.
Nobody knows what he's saying.
Can you translate?
You want me to tell him what the joke is?
No. Just tell him what the word is.
Dyson.
Thank you.
Dyson.
Like the vacuum cleaner?
All I'm allowed to say apparently is
Exactly.
Dyson.
Just Dyson.
I can just say
Like
Dyson.
bison, except Dyson.
Oh.
Spelled differently. So totally different. Is that straddle or just a flat up raise?
Is that mine?
And Royski finds pocket kings on the button, facing a raise from Julien to 1600.
Yeah, it was.
Where's 50-50 on?
Royski quiet for just a second here to come up with the raise size and makes it 5,000. And Steve tosses ace nine of clubs in the muck like it's on fire.
Hey, Roy. When you got up,
Good fold.
someone commented about
I
your
never
legs.
thought you were gonna fold right
Seems
now. I
illegal.
feel like robbed.
You're so tight tonight.
Seems illegal.
What do you mean that ace?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Jack
so
10
tight.
Jack 10 suited.
Yes. Yes. Very tight tonight.
That was a good joke. I'm gonna watch it. All I care to watch this set. Probably Junior have like 3-8 suited. Something like very like shit.
Yeah, actually close.
3-8 suited, yeah, something like shit like that.
Ian is in between.
Julien and Roy, two of the biggest action players here on Venetian Poker Live. If you are new to the show, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are here every Saturday night, myself and Tristan Wade. Tristan Wade, by the way, WSP bracelet winner.
He played this
Who,
7 deuce and like.
Is often has
hours
his
ago,
mind
right?
blown by
Right.
the plays made here on the stream, which should tell you a little bit of something about
Oh, you
how
remember every
crazy these
superhero
players
play
are.
we made.
Nice ass, Roy. You still working out?
And Julien here continues with that aggression, makes it 1,500.
I've never played in a game more talks about asses and assholes.
So you come back tomorrow?
If you bring the lotion.
Well, you got the ointment.
He own a lotion shop. Maybe that's why he keep advertising it.
Yes.
When somebody doesn't play a hand, so the chips they collect dust on the chips, and then I have to vacuum the dust from the chips to make sure we see the colors.
Oh, that was
Hey,
good.
Roy.
I really would have liked to see
I
Carl
couldn't think it's
3-bet that
yellow,
hand
there's
from
so
the
much-
big
so much-
blind.
Okay, tell them to
You know,
look up our beef.
apply
differences
pressure.
higher.
It's really hard to play those hands out of
We can bet
position.
lose.
You're gonna lose big time.
Over 2 days.
But instead, he gets
You're gonna
outflopped
lose
there.
big time still.
Over 2 days? I doubt it.
If
If you guys
think you still
accept
beat
the
him today.
challenger,
It had to be
we
over.
can bet.
You still beat him.
I'm willing to bet, Braxton.
Over 2
2
days.
days.
How much you want to bet? How much?
Oh, wow.
I think you guys
You got
should
the
bet
talking part done.
One
How much?
chocolate. One chocolate. One chocolate.
talking part.
I take his side, by the
One
way.
chocolate.
Yeah.
He's way loser than you.
No losing. We didn't
Not even close.
Counting yesterday? Yes.
Looser or
No,
loser?
we didn't talk about losing.
Looser.
Playing more hands.
You guys are, the accent is throwing off what you guys
The accent is throwing everybody off.
We have 1,000. Well, after today, we'll get the numbers and we see.
Okay.
Have a $1,000 bet?
Bet.
On what? What's the bet?
Now we'll
Who
get it.
played more hands over 2 days? I played till 6 in the morning. Heads up, PLO. You lose.
No.
You lose.
Oh, no.
No. You didn't specify.
that doesn't count.
You didn't specify.
How are they going to be able to calculate that?
I think it's a bet. I think it's a bet.
It is. I agree.
He's
Lack
saying
of
the
communication.
6
No, that's what on the film.
They can't calculate the
No, you just said. Now you back it up.
I think he might lost
I will
this
bet 1,000.
this bet.
I know I played more hands than you did over 2 days.
Okay. So let's
Up
see.
until this timestamp.
Up until we finish tonight.
Can't
Oh
you
no!
just-
See, you're changing, moving the goalpost.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you're moving the goalpost.
On the
Julien
You just moved the goalpost.
No, let them
can't
do
help
the-
himself.
They can do it
I want
as
him-
of right
I want him
now.
Comes
also
with
to play
3,500
right
with
now.
King 8 of spades as the
Hold on.
8. Okay.
talk at the table gets louder and louder.
Like,
Who
backtrack.
plays the most
No, I
down
think you beat
end?
him.
I do beat
Can you
him.
turn it down a bit, a little bit?
I'm not even worried about it.
Braxton.
Another
Up
$1,000
until
bet.
9:40.
Let's throw a new bet from now until finish.
8:40. Up until 8:40. 9:40 or 9:40.
The guy who's
Okay.
commentating could just put it up on the screen
840.
right now.
840.
It's 8:40 now?
Yeah.
840.
Okay, 8:40. Well, you got it. Well, that's
Ooh, and I want you to sign the money.
Sign the chip.
Roy, sign
Need a
the,
show?
no chip. I want cash, straight cash.
Good.
So are you here with your wife?
He's got to sign each of the $100 bills, 10 signatures.
Did you tell her you're playing cards tonight? But don't worry, you're not.
So look at the
I think
the
Roy gonna
VPIP
lose
here.
this bet. Not because
excuse
of
me.
he comes
Play a
from
home game. You get a real tight guy.
I think he might have.
Don't worry.
I don't think this is correct.
Because you haven't played fucking hand all night.
Carl has been one of the tighter players at the table, so
These guys think they're gonna like goat me into doing something.
pardon us on these
I'm gonna
on
take
these
his
graphics.
$1 is what's gonna happen.
Once again, welcome to the show. Thank you all so much for watching on this lovely Saturday night. Fall has finally started here in Las Vegas. Things cooling down.
Played more hands.
Played more hands. Yes,
Yeah.
played more hands. That's what he's trying to say.
840.
I think
Yesterday and today till 840.
it's VPIP. It's not played more hands or who's got a looser asshole. It's VPIP. Right?
VP.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying, because one chip's a call, right? That's a rule, right?
Yeah.
Just wondering.
So far,
I
if
don't know
it's
if
come
we're-
with like, if it's
I don't know
come
if
with
we're
a
playing
1%,
rules
yeah,
sometimes in this game, or
in this game,
I know other games I play at. I don't want to say where. Down the road, really nice guys. And they have structure.
1,000 apiece
This
here.
game's like, oh,
6 players to the flop.
This guy like in a
Oh,
little
he
in the
didn't even
jungle.
show his hand. Yeah,
What is
real
that?
nice.
That move.
Oh, you guys are really nice people.
Ooh,
10-8 deuce.
feels illegal.
Royski smashing this one with top
Right.
2. Moose in trouble here
Check.
with a pair of 10s and the king kicker.
Diamond.
Or
No bets on the
girl.
flop and a full house now for Royski.
going against the zip.
Moose bets
Here's
2K.
the what?
Royski makes the call. Royski deciding not to raise here to keep his customer, and this might end the action here, as Moose will not be happy to see that ace. But given Royski's usual aggressive playing style, maybe there's still some money to be made here.
This river card really sucks for Moose, as his kicker was really good. But hands that he can beat are like Queen Jack, Jack 9, 7-9, that kind of stuff. But he just lets it go.
Tight Roy. Can't go against tight Roy.
Jack 9.
All right, so
What'd you have,
Moose
Roy?
saves himself quite a bit of money here. If you're Roy, are you supposed to raise the turn there sometimes?
You
I will
could.
say this. Very unlikely a bluff if he says that answer.
You could. It's tough. You got one of the slow play hands you can have too.
Right. There you go. Oh, no. I always say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Moose only bet 2K into 6K. There's
Yeah.
only 2 players behind you left to act.
We've done a total victory.
You could argue
in
maybe even
hands.
betting the flop multi-way is
You wanna go
okay.
with that?
And those short
But-
plays.
Yeah, sometimes
Is
you just
every
have a
time you
really
leave,
good
you
hand
say,
and
"Yeah,
someone doesn't have a good enough hand to pay off.
Brian, tell you when I show. That's the honest truth.
Brian, tell me, don't without any more hints, tell when he shows.
When do I show my card?
I'm going to show a fucking bluff. Go ahead.
What is the reason usually when I show my card?
It's a bluff.
Bluff.
No.
You get the button
No.
to steam
showed-
someone up.
That's a call.
If I know it's a good for the game,
That's a
I
call,
know-
right, Roy?
and I raise, and I know the
Steve
person.
here,
how
after
we
being
doing?
tight
I know
for
the
a
person
long
will still
time.
up by that, then I'll
3 bets to
like we don't.
3,000 with
I
kings.
didn't
And now,
I didn't have to
Steve
show.
hasn't had any hands yet, but still, it works against
Yeah.
him
7,
that he's been so tight.
In 7 I had to show for the button.
You think,
gonna
but
train
he's
you.
still
Oh, no,
getting
I
action
didn't.
from
You're
ace
right,
9
yes,
suited.
It's going to train you wrong when you're out
Probably
going
going to get action from Queen 10 here too.
Otherwise, there's no purpose of showing if the other guy doesn't steam.
Okay, Roy basically saying he only shows hands to get people to steam, which is right on par with Royski.
Check.
Jack 9-4 with clubs here. Royski open-ended.
Well, you got
Does
more money.
have some outs removed here by Steve, holding on to 2 kings. Carl pairing is 9. Doesn't have any backdoors to speak of. Nobody with clubs here. Steve bet 6,000. All of a sudden gets quiet at the table.
Carl with a really good disciplined fold. Middle pair, no backup. We know Royski's not folding an open-ended straight draw.
We're down to Royski. We go to the turn.
Queen of spades on the turn. Royski now pair and straight draw.
Royski
And we're
is
still in
a
check call mode.
Pisces and likes to cuddle.
Steve with a quick check back.
I don't blame Steve for checking back there, but on such a draw-heavy board, maybe you do want to play some all-in on the turn with that exact hand. But whatever. He's now to the river, and now if you've made kings up now, I think you have to go all in when your opponent bets. And there's some missed value here maybe from Steve.
Royski trying to protect that rep.
Man, he's snapping like,
wow.
fucking, what the hell?
8,000 from Royski. Steve with the snap call. And he's going to win a nice one here.
That was not a good play. As I have kings. Of course I'm
Wow, king on the turn, and we see the shape of Steve's hand.
I'm out. I'm out.
That's a good play, Steve.
What are you thinking?
King on the
King on the river, I'm cool with it.
yeah. Right.
My back.
No, king on the river
Man.
is still losing. No, but on the river.
Oh, was it on the river the night? Yeah, king on the turn, 9 on the river. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know, I just say going for value. Your opponent only bets 7K into 21K. You have 22K back. If they have a queen or a jack,
queen
you can
10?
maybe get paid.
Yeah, it's called Royce.
No wonder it's fucking shit for me.
Nice hand, Steve. Nice hand.
That's your signature hand. Interesting.
Steve called him so fast, like,
Yeah.
he not even throw the chip out yet.
Yeah.
I had an overpair. Not like I played so great.
You know it's called
played-
Royski?
but you
It's
played
really called
better.
Royski, you know,
Why?
guys in- So 3 years ago, we were only
2K from Okin here with ace-8 offsuit.
Queen 10,
Once again, if you're
4.
just tuning in,
4 or
please
5
like the video,
years, yeah.
subscribe to the channel. Thank
Maybe
you all
even 4 or
for
5.
tuning in.
Someone had a flush draw, and Chris had set of fours, and I had queen 10.
And the
You
queen
hit
or
runner,
10
runner.
came.
And only on the flop, and I scooped
You got a 10 and a queen?
10-10.
10-10?
And somebody else
This
folded
is a
queen, somebody
rivalry
else
we
folded
see
10-10. And since
almost
then,
every
that hand was
episode. Okin
queen
and
10
Julien
off,
going
Roy-
at it, and
Royce.
Julien ace-4 off.
Nice.
It's a good candidate
story.
from the big blind.
Didn't walk out
That's
this
the
time.
best story.
Puts really,
what, that really-
bottom of
Then
range
what happened?
hands like Okin has
King
in a
on the
tough
turn.
And he went
spot.
home, and Desiree was asleep, so he tried to be
Well,
quiet.
Okin has one of those hands where he could
King on
rebluff,
the turn, you'll
you
be
know, make it
And then he woke
22K
up.
or something, but
He had to go
these
to
are
work.
really,
Yeah.
The next
Coffee.
morning, yeah.
With the bagel.
How Steve you'd be with king? Oh my God.
he just lets it go.
You would live in it if you hit this.
Those are games of chicken, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
that's
really,
true.
though. I mean,
Not really. You have top set and I make a straight.
I'm playing that bad today. I'm not. You want to do the straddle stuff, or
No.
The straddle stuff.
It was fun.
it's good for you. You're in the perfect spot too. We straddle all the way to you,
And I had bet.
and then you jam.
It's like, it's like Groundhog Day. Do it again.
Oh, actually, I was actually up before the turn.
Before the hand, I was not,
Well, I'm gonna
And
was
I'm-
contributing.
and I'm still not.
This a little bit at a time. It's count.
It's better than losing 150 hands in a row.
The usual suspect in the chat says greetings and salutations. Likewise to you, sir. Hope the day is treating you well. What's better than some Saturday night poker action? Heading into Sunday, which I'm sure a lot of you watching will have some money on the line in various ways.
Game on, boy.
We got big clash here. This is where you see stacks get shallower. People could be bluffing, and most likely 2 hands wagering all their chips.
Yeah, we joked earlier how a pair of 9s is
Good
like a
times?
pair of jacks,
pair?
and Royski snaps it off for 25K after Julien shoves. They're going to run it twice. We got a coin flip on our hands.
9 to 10.
9s and ace queen.
Are you fucking with me like Okin?
Deuces?
You're asking me every time if I have a hand?
It's a 50-50 if you have ace king.
All right, 9 in the window here.
If you 50-50, what do you? Oh,
Some
okay.
chop
You have
Not
opportunities here
50-50 no more.
potentially.
No more.
Julien flipping a set.
You asked me, I answered.
Not
Oh,
50-50
well,
no more.
the chop can come in here with an 8.
It's 100% now.
Julien wins
50-50
the first
if I
one.
have ace king, so you have ace queen. You have
No,
queen.
he has 7s, 9s, or 10s.
Yeah. I think he had 9 to 10.
I have 9.
I think he had 9
All
to
right,
10.
second board. 65K to play
Think
for.
Roy.
Jack 8 deuce. Are we going to see liftoff here? Is Royski going to tilt? Which is very much possible if he loses this twice, and he does lose it twice. Wow, we even got the Saving Private Ryan.
How are you doing today?
I don't know what the song is called, but it's
I look good today.
Get the vacuum.
I look good today.
Dyson.
He ain't got nothing left. I can suck it off.
Shh, guys, can you come
Julien, nice hand.
in drop?
How much are you winning now?
Yeah, he's doing it. He's
30, 30.
It's very, very hard to troll somebody right after they win a huge pot. And they're immune to
Right.
it. You can say whatever you want to them. It doesn't
That's
matter.
true.
Guys,
You're a pin drop. You're a pin drop.
Braden in the chat
You should
asking
know by now, Musti.
if the
it
upcoming
doesn't bug
100K
me.
guaranteed
No, there's
$400
other
buy-in
things
will be
that bug me,
streamed.
not losing the hand.
Unfortunately, it will not
If
be
somebody
streamed,
bet
but I'm
with me,
stoked
then
that you
no.
found the
I
channel
know the
and
one
that you're coming to
thing that
Vegas to play
bothers you
Venetian.
more
Please
than
make sure
anything.
to subscribe to the
Run it
channel.
once.
Tristan and I
Run
are here
it
every Saturday
once.
night for all the action. I will promise you,
That does bother
you're going to have an
He's like, dude, I
amazing
can't
time
wait.
playing at Venetian.
No,
Can't
stay
wait.
ahead.
Steve.
If I'm ahead and somebody go run it, insisted on run it once after I say I'm ahead, I say I'm sure I'm ahead, and then he fuck me with it once, then that's bad. Yeah, the bet me, yeah, that's.
And then he checked the second run to see if he would.
Yeah, you're right. That would bug him.
That would bug me to see you bug.
Ace queen.
It hurts me to see you
Ace
hurt.
queen against 9, whatever. No, it's fine. What can we do?
Nothing. Amen.
Royski being a good sport there after losing a huge flip and getting needled by the whole
Your
table.
luck is a little bit changing, Julian.
Huh?
Your luck is a little bit changing.
I feel very lucky.
Not good enough to scoop with hands? You're not happy?
He
Okay,
just said I feel
Okin
very
second
No, he's being
pair.
sarcastic.
No. No.
Served to be
What's wrong
best.
with you?
But Royski with a gut shot and a
He's just an
backdoor
immature
club drop.
33-year-old. Wait till he's.
But I'm going to tell you something. If we went from 840 on, you're winning. Playing more hands than he is.
No
Gonna
doubt.
peel here.
You guys are evil, man.
Steve, enough.
840 to now, he's batting 1,000.
I told you what my superpower is. It's empathy.
Steve, did you bring a big bag to put all the desserts in your bag, take it back to the room?
I'm gonna eat it.
We
before
do
leave.
see clubs turned, added equity for Royski as he's now 27% to win this hand. Needs a 4 or a club, goes check, check. And 2 pair for Okin in a spot where he's going to be capped, right? Okin's not going to check back sets and 2 pairs that much on the turn. But Royski does check.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good check by Royski
May the
because
force be with
any
you.
bet wouldn't have
Said,
worked.
Julian, what do you want for dessert after that dinner? He
Very
goes,
good. If you better
slice
turn,
of
you
rolling.
lose. If you better turn, you lose.
Says if you bet the turn, you lose. I would have
Don't
raised you.
tilt, Roy. Don't tilt.
No, why tail? It's a 2 or 5.
It's perfect. What are you talking about?
You better turn, you definitely lose. I was thinking, oh, right ready to down this check raise and then shove.
Thanks, Braden, for
Last
joining
button,
us.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Aye, you better
As
go
we
with
see
ace
B
and
Dunn
go
being the
check
biggest
raise.
winner so far tonight, almost 6 figures, 91,000 nearly. Carl, Steve, and Royski, the biggest losers on the night so far.
I guess you gotta just fuck off your money with unplayable hand.
So, Braxton,
Yeah,
if you win one of these, then you don't have to pay the
I'm working on it.
the 3,000.
I'm working on it.
So you just
But
have
don't
to
worry,
play a hand.
it's really
and then you
2,000
win
to
it.
him
You see?
because you're going to win
like
that 1,000 from Roy.
I have
Obviously,
big ones,
Needle's coming
but one
B
time I
Dunn's
had
way
5
when
of
he's the
them.
biggest winner. We saw
What time you
Royski
what?
vacuuming his chips
Oh, that's
earlier
You're trolling him because he's taking a half
and
an
now
hour
telling
off.
him he's got to win
He's just tired after eating.
some buttons.
Okay, okay. Oh my God! Watch out.
I'm inviting them to
My squid.
raise. It's an open invite to Royski. Nope.
Wow.
I mean, consider the fact that you didn't play hand for the past 3 hours. I
Now
have
you're
just to
worried.
call. I have just to call.
Super
It's a
worried.
must
Wow.
call.
Oh. Do you have anything? Do you have anything?
We got
Royski.
Tidy against White.
Royski beat on Clash.
White legs.
Some flops can make this very interesting.
It's actually free money because that's the $1,000 bet that I win on the V50 index.
8-8 Jack gives beat on trips,
I feel
and
like you could
he's just
call
going to
up
waste
the
no
booth
time and
ask
come
him
with
right
the
now, like, there's an
pot
answer.
size
Right,
bet.
what's the answer?
A little bit
I
more
wanna
than that,
believe.
actually.
Well, you can. You're going to leave it like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, over pot bet. Royski's going to
definitely know.
float, which you
Oh,
don't
you're leaving
blame him. He could still hit a 6, but maybe just thinks he's up against overcards. But in a normal realm where you're seeing someone bet over pot, you
Right.
would have other stuff in your range to call here with. A jack, 9-10, queen 10. Like, you really would just want to release your underpairs. But, you know, if you think someone just, like, has the ace-kings and the ace-10s or whatever, the ace-x just trying to bully you, then I guess you could get sticky with this kind of hand class. And now you're in a, you know, this is just so hard to navigate. It's always going to be an overcard, more or less. And we are going to see 2 streets be called here. So be done, like, using his image and bet sizing kind of masterfully here. Runs out 4 to a straight. Now, B-Dun still could bet his hand for value, and he does.
19,100. And Royski just doesn't want to get bluffed.
Then you're going to do that to me.
Well, the problem is Royski loses to ace-king now. He loses to ace-queen. He loses to just a 10.
Pop a cherry.
Big hand, Braxton?
Huge.
Show me one.
I cannot do that.
I feel like with these dynamics between these players and the history they have, you're almost always inclined to call because you just don't want to get bluffed. And they bluff a lot.
Yeah, but just look at this board, though.
I know,
Jack
but
8, 8, Queen 10. You got 2 6s. The guy's bet over pot, half pot, and now pot. Like, sure, you don't want to get bluffed, but even bluffs could beat you here. What if he's just got like ace 10, and he's just like bluffing?
You can laugh. The CEOs.
But yeah, I feel you, Remco. There is some ego, and just what if the guy has 5 high or something? What if he has deuce 7?
Exactly.
What if he just has an ace? So I get you. I get you.
And they're kind of like, you know, beefing in a friendly way, you know, claiming the other player is tight, wanting to bet on who has the highest VPIP. All that stuff is going through Roy's mind. He's like, I don't want him to just turn over absolutely nothing right now.
Yeah.
The other one?
Yeah.
The other, whoever
But yes, in a vacuum, it's an easy fold.
Yeah, in a strategy vacuum, this is why you don't play 6s like this on the flop and turn, because you're just going to get bullied and be in a miserable spot like we see him in. But in a psychological warfare type of thing with Squid Game and these guys beefing with each other, yeah, maybe you think this over because you just think the guy's effing with you.
Time of death.
But we see no shenanigans here from B Dun with trips.
We need a graphic now. 10, 9.
We need like.
And Braden in the chat, there is a big stream happening in November.
I know you won't do that.
We have the
because usually it's
1600
you,
No Limit Hold'em Anti
Yes.
How do I
Championship,
catch
400K
straight fire from
guaranteed.
this, by the
You
way?
are correct.
He
November
has
13th
taken
through
his
17th,
time,
which
like
will be a live
5
stream final
times.
table.
With
I have
Tristan
not
Wade at the final
taken-
table, I've heard.
I hope so, man.
Even
I've been
30
You are
seconds.
getting better.
You are getting better.
overdue,
Better.
Remco.
Still, what do you-
I'm going to
I
go on a
insist that
sickest
they're
tournament
thinking
heater
about
soon,
putting
guys. You
50,000.
will hear
that
about
was
it.
just a short funeral.
Oh, I see. I see.
That hand was dead.
Can you
He knew
count
he
your
was
stack?
going there.
Yes, you're right. I was taking so long today. Again.
I haven't
No,
even
I tell
told
you
you about some of my
Bad beats?
I agree.
bad beats from recently.
Sounds like
You gotta.
I got
Wow.
one of the
He's-
sickest bad beats,
he
Remco.
takes the most time.
Tristan Wade's
For-
pulling out a notebook.
to take
He
the
has
I got
first
no
round this
pad,
But I don't
baby.
mind. He
Look,
has
he's
Oh!
calling. No way.
He calls with 6s. He didn't want to get bluffed, and it's costing him a stack.
Be done with the shoot look over to his teammate.
Oh my God.
You can show
Royski
King of Clubs.
gets sucked into the narrative,
About letting him pick one.
and B Dun with a smile.
I owe you 50.
Ay ay ay.
1,000. I owe you 20. This is moves.
That's my
This
spirit.
is going to hurt
Can you spray-
Royski,
Brian, can you take care of the splits?
losing 2 stacks
Just
in
2,000
2
here.
hands.
Yes. What?
Peter.
That
Yeah,
is
throw
just
to Brian, please.
you think long, you
yes.
think wrong. Like there wasn't anything else B Dun could have done
I
to
know.
tell you he had a big hand there.
Is there
But-
only one person that?
Like you
Oh,
said,
yeah, one
the
person.
X Factor stuff, the shenanigans, the talk, the speech play,
3 for you.
the snap all in on the river, all
Yep.
that goes into Royski's mind. He just thinks he could be getting punked.
Here,
This guy
here's
been
the button.
badgering him all night, saying you're playing
And
too tight.
600 for you guys, right? Here.
What would you have? Queen?
But no,
Here.
too
Yeah.
much value there from
Can I
B
get
Dun. He has
4
all the
and
sets.
him 3?
Like he has jacks,
deal.
queens, tens, ace
four.
king, ace queen,
You're gonna wind up
9x
betting,
that
so you
somehow
gotta
got there.
Right.
There
You just,
go.
you know, you're just hoping that
Don't give
he's
that.
in some
You were
out of
They're
body
worth
experience with like ace 4 suited or something.
it.
But anyway,
Because you want that.
this is why this game's amazing. You just never know what's going to happen.
Last button. you
These guys
flop
play on
three.
another playing field.
What a dream.
J-Ro says,
dream
really
that
doesn't want to get
That's
bluffed.
his
That was an
last
easy
button.
fold.
If he lose that one, you know.
We have Braden
He played the
saying,
button
saw
till he
that
got
coming.
Well,
Call
y'all
out of
call me
spite is
Dyson,
not a
so-
good idea.
So you played the
Yeah,
king
leave
of
those
Clubs.
emotions at the door.
Chips over here.
Stuck to his head just.
Wow.
Guys, stop.
Dyson.
You gotta stop picking on my friend Roy. Okay, one more.
Royski.
One more.
It's a game when you flop a...
He was clean shaven before that hand. Look.
What did you call it, bro?
We waited so long. You put him on a clock.
He had sixes. You're gonna see it. Bro, I'm not gonna lie about sixes.
I didn't say you lied. Who said you had sixes? Oh my God, I knew it was bad, but that bad.
Oh, not like this. Not like this.
He wanted to hero you.
Not like this. No.
You called sixes?
No matter what Royski had, he's going to get needled by these
Fix his
guys.
nose because it's wide open now.
Do you know that the 9 makes it straight?
Come on.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, any pair beats you.
I know, but I didn't hear the pair. So it's either he had a straight.
Maybe he
or
had
a
fives.
full house.
He has fives or fours.
Oh, I think you beat King 5 of spade. No?
Fives or fours or threes.
So they have ace 5 heart, ace 4 heart.
Very specific.
4 5.
There are a few hands.
4 5 heart, king 5 heart.
You know, the 8 8 Jack Queen 10.
So if you combo count, you know, that's what I am. I'm a
There-
combo
there-
counter.
There's no combo counting happening here tonight. Let me promise you that.
But in just if you want to think about deep poker theory,
Hey,
when
now
you
you're
get
gonna
to a
need two
river in a
vacuums,
spot
now
like
you're gonna give
that,
him
you
another
count the
30.
combos of value and the combo of bluffs.
That dough
Royski's
getting built
talking
up on
about
it
the
now.
ace X suited, right? The ace deuce, ace 3, ace 4, ace 5, ace 6, ace 7. You know, that's 6 combos, but they have to be suited. So it'd be 6 times 4. That's 24 combos. Now, if we want to do that for
Oh, I
king
don't know what
X
you're talking
suited,
about.
let's just say
I almost
that's another
did it again,
24 combo. That's 48
boys.
combos,
You ain't.
as we see Moose
How do
women
you
do. So that's
always
48 combos, let's say, of bluffs.
Ace jacket, diamonds, ace
I'm
jacket,
like
clubs,
one
straight.
jack
Specifically,
off from having
those
a
all
pair.
have to just go bananas, bet, bet, bet.
Yeah.
Then what
And
were
he
the
had ace
value
jacket clubs
combos,
twice and ace
right?
jacket
If just
diamonds.
an 8's going to do that, we could maybe say the 2 combos of 7, 8 suited, the 2 combos of, you know, 8, 9 suited, whatever. We could name, let's say, 10 combos of 8X suited. I'll try not to talk too much about this while we see some stats come up board, but B done crushing,
Absolutely crushing.
massive. Anyway, how many sets do we have? We had all combos of ace king because that made a straight. So that's 16 combos of ace king by the river.
Yes.
Every set that was out there is 3 combos each. 3 combos of jacks, 3 combos of queens, 3 combos of tens, what have you. So when you factor in all the combos, you know, maybe there are enough bluffs there to have Royski have some out of the box calls. Given that he needs to put in 20K to win, you know, the 60K and only be good a third of the time. But, you know, unfortunately, that time he was not good.
Hey, can you
But
put
that's
that?
really what happens if you want to be good at poker. You need to get down to the molecular level. When it comes to the river, you count the combos of value that your player has
Can you confirm
versus the
that
combos
Roy
of
at
bluffs.
sixes?
You do
It
the
seems
math,
like
and then
so
you make your
unreal.
decision.
Can you confirm?
I'm not gonna lie about this.
Okay, Royski with the best of it here, but there is an overcard.
On these two.
He will
I
see
won.
bet.
Tell the truth.
I don't know. You said something that you wanted something.
With both days to that point.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yesterday's all that counted. Yeah, add them together and divide it by
So
2.
what was the number?
What did he do only yesterday?
That means you won, fucker.
Wait, what did you say about yesterday, Matt?
I thought it was something.
What do you mean? He just said
So is he in the lead with today? Don't
So
start this
Royski
shit
here
with
betting
me today.
1,500 with
This just
7s
in.
on 10-5-4.
Matt, if you don't want me to leave the table, I need the answer now. Otherwise, I'm leaving the table.
B done.
Today?
With
But
sixes.
it's yesterday's what matters.
Not going away.
I'm not counting on today. I know.
7s and 6s.
Okay, inside voice. I'm right here.
And the 6 turns.
Oh, wow. The agony continues here for
gotta go to the
Royski.
abacus
Does
to figure it out.
make him open-ended. Carl on the
he's
wrong
got the
side of
information. He's got
open-ended
the
here.
answer. Look at him. He's
Look, and
putting his
Royski
hands
might want to
together.
bet here again, but you gotta be very careful
toward the quiet
multi-way
moment.
when there's all these players and other cards out here. And B Dun just puts them all in.
Oh, they're fighting now.
Man, he's kicking Roy down the
Wow.
street like a tin can.
Royski bets 5,000 and B Dun comes over the top.
It's all fun and games till the monkey has the gun.
Right. That's the rabbit.
Can you do this?
I'm the monkey. I was getting shot yesterday, full of holes. Now we're turning it around. Now we have them in what's called
It's
a
like this,
conundrum.
and you went,
Moose is already playing the
We've got
trumpet
'em in
here.
a conundrum.
wait, what about this?
I cannot see Royski folding here.
What world is it that monkeys get shot? I don't think it's
Yesterday,
It's the
I don't
bunny.
know. Yesterday.
Look, let's do the math again, class.
Yeah.
Right? I just
Okay.
talked about it. He's got to call 13,000 to win 45,000.
I'm just really excited.
Right? The equity is almost right there. But he's probably going to end up calling just because there's draws.
Feels like I
Maybe
fucking
your
won the
opponent has the
lottery.
ace high
This is like a rake game.
flush
Oh,
draw,
you're kind
the queen high flush draw, jack high flush draw. Maybe you have 7x
The fact that he
of
doesn't
spades,
snap call me
3x of spades.
lets
You
me
know, but you are dead, not dead,
good
but
to
you're
go.
in
Cool shit,
trouble to 10. You're in trouble to sets.
Could have two.
Roy not happy about this.
But this also could not be a bluff. And if
could
it's
have
not a
10-6
bluff,
suited.
maybe you can make a disciplined fold, even though your equity almost is justified to call here.
Take a fan vote.
I could really do without the whistling.
A lot of money without him.
You were correct.
And Royski lets it
bluff.
go.
I have to show.
What a fold.
3. So you just flip over 2, 3. 2, 3.
7, 8. Oh, pocket sixes again.
Oh.
Oh, and Royski.
Another
He
6.
wants to see the
Oh,
river.
don't ask for that. It's gonna just be
And
pain.
he hits this.
No,
Did-
it was a deuce.
Don't-
A deuce.
Oh,
Yeah, it
okay,
was a
okay.
Don't
deuce.
worry about
I-
wasting time. Go ahead. Keep going.
He
Yeah,
wants to see
okay.
the
One
next
more.
one.
Was that you, Roy?
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. I got a little excited there.
Good fold. Royski.
But
Roy is definitely tilted.
Goes to Roy.
Of course.
Yeah,
By
but
how much?
By what, 7?
God, Captain Obvious.
Doesn't mean that later. Okay, we can't maybe get the
Matt, what is the percentage?
watch the end of the stream.
18 to
They're
17.
going. They're discussing VPIPs and they're betting on who's playing more hands.
44%?
These guys, of course, always looking for some additional action.
44%.
No, that's your VPIP, dummy.
I asked him, I said,
No, you heard him wrong. You heard him wrong.
I asked him. That's
I
your
know
percentage.
what you said, but that was your percentage. I mean, I know you know that you're ahead of me today.
Right.
But
Braxton,
yesterday
by the way,
Wait,
one of my
was
new
not even-
favorite
wait, wait, wait,
players.
wait. Yesterday-
We've
He's
seen him on the stream
ahead of
quite a few
you?
times.
Today.
This
You
man
just stacked
has
him
massive
That
swings,
was
Well, not
and
monetarily.
tonight
Oh,
everything
no,
is
not
going right.
monetarily. Oh, he's
We've
ahead
also
of
seen
you.
him where everything was going wrong.
Oh,
VPIP.
oh, I see. How many chips is that worth?
At least the game of poker is a lifelong game where, you know,
Okay,
just keep
you
on
can't
keep
do
on
that.
As
swinging.
long as you got enough money, it's a lifelong
know,
game.
I know.
There's
I'm happy.
something called
happy.
risk of
Elated.
ruin. If you've never heard that in financial space, risk of ruin.
Yeah, but he owns a ranch. If you own a ranch,
Rent-free.
you're fine.
All right, look at this, Carl. We got aces. We got a raise,
To
and
build
we
the
just
pot.
trap.
Maybe waiting on
You
the
know, it's
wire.
fine,
The
but
wire's
you got to
not
be
coming.
careful.
I had Matt check on it.
Fortunately,
Is that what he texted
8-3-3
you
on the flop.
Oh, he
Very
did today?
strong
Yeah.
for
Oh, I'm
Carl
surprised.
here.
Like a half hour ago.
Oh yeah. I didn't think he was gonna come if he wasn't here already.
Okay.
fortunately for Carl,
Yeah,
nobody
maybe
outflops him.
Well,
It's
you
a
know
very
why
safe
he's,
flop.
We got
hell of us
David
yesterday.
coming, and we're gonna play late.
Yeah.
He wants to join us.
I mean, you know.
Yeah,
I'll
probably
play.
And
Yeah.
got 200.
Don's
fuck,
check
Give action. Period.
That I know.
They're
makes
all
Royski
fucking
believe he
around.
can maybe steal this
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
and Carl
you're fine
continues
of
to
it.
just make the
Yeah.
call.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You
Now
know.
I do like the slow play after the
Bro,
flop.
today you're dust. Today you are dust. Yesterday you give action.
Dicey.
Today you're dust.
I'm down money. Is that not okay?
Ten of
I'm still
spades.
down.
No, but
Are you
On the
still down?
turn.
Oh, overall. you're-
Overall.
Let's see if Royski continues here. There's no real draws out there, so what could Carl have from Roy's perspective?
Good question. I mean, there are overcards. He could just have like the ace queen, ace king, ace jack type stuff. He could even have bigger pairs, 5s, 6s, 7s. But Royski's gonna stay sticky, and man, Carl's playing this to perfection.
5 on the river.
Excuse me.
Now, Royski does have more than 3K in front of him. He does have about, I believe, 12 to 15K. I would love to see Carl put them all in here.
You might have got even.
I'm up a little.
Yeah, you up.
We have the best
About
hand we're going to
4,000.
have aside from trips or a
Good-
full
that's
house.
a good trip for us.
And we do see Carl
Not
kind of just
losing.
posturing,
No
but he does
doubt.
go for it, and I
I was
love
gonna have
it.
to sell
This has
some.
been a perfectly played slow play in the sense of we didn't get drawn out.
I just keep getting murdered.
What is it? Thank you.
Royski kind of murdering himself, even though he says he keep getting murdered. Right, it goes from calling 6s on the flop to an overbet on the jack 8-8. It goes from betting 7s on the turn on 10-4-5-6 multi-way.
Is this your first time?
It's betting deuces into 3 players here, then calling a bet on the turn. So he's kind of dug his own grave these last 3 hands.
If we play another hour, we'll play 3 more hands.
Dinner for this.
And I mean, Carl historically is not the guy who's bluffing, right? When he calls you on the flop, shouldn't you be more scared of him having a hand than a bluff? But he does need a button.
Nice it. Nice it.
And aces get shown here by Carl. And Carl makes the most of it.
He really did there.
So aces look like that.
I know what Jack Deuce looked like. God damn it. But ace looked, ace looked just like that.
I see them open, but against me, you know.
We haven't had it. Yeah, ace and king haven't had it all day.
First time for me.
Thank you all once again for tuning in on this Saturday night. My name is Remco Rinkema. Tristan Wade alongside me in the booth. I'm still waiting for Tristan to dive into those churros that are sitting across the table from me. Hope you are
No way,
all
you still got your
having
eye
a
on
good
them?
meal. I had a massive lunch because I knew that I would be tempted by all sorts of snacks here. Pad Thai, in case anyone's wondering. God, I love myself a good Pad Thai.
It is a little quieter here.
Mm-hmm.
And Roy losing has quieted down the table quite a bit.
I wasn't for sure if he had that gear or not. Does he? He does.
The not
quiet gear.
No, he's not here. That's why it's quiet.
Same person, we no lose.
Big flop for the Don.
Yeah.
Only 9 high,
Spitting
but
his
gut
teeth out
shot
right now. He
with flush draw. These sometimes you want to play a little aggressively. But, of course, fine to call.
10 of clubs on the turn. And a quick check. 6 on the river. Moose's king high is best here. And Don, with the realization that checking is not going to make him any money, he just comes with a quick bet.
Oh, wow.
What I
Don
love
was
is like
getting
the
after
gear
it.
change, right? Like you check call on your draw,
He's my king
check
nine.
on the turn. You know, let's see if I can
Well,
hit
there's
it.
two ways to
Miss,
win.
okay, bet. You know, like just instant,
always
just
two
like
ways to
I
win.
can't win, I got to do something.
Bluff or got the best hand?
Yep, Don knows.
What, Julian?
I was thinking like I don't have a button yet, but I feel pretty safe with both of you don't have a button either, so.
It's nothing to do with us. There's 5 left. What are you talking about?
I feel good.
You got nothing to worry about.
I felt way better.
You should feel good. You're winning at life.
They are making a race to who played the most hands, but you guys are making a race to who played the lowest hand, right?
I win.
You have a side bet or something?
I win.
Me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Both of you.
Yeah?
For sure, me.
I guess I cannot.
No laughing over there, Don. I see you.
He invited us so we could watch us play.
I'm not happy.
I see
I
you.
would try to win it if I can.
All right.
First row.
4 players.
Check.
Check, check.
B Done flops best.
Went out.
Beat on flops best is sort of like the theme of the show tonight.
It has been. Or turns best.
Yeah, heads up.
No, I'm losing more than you, Steve.
Yeah. Well, you had a bad 10 minutes there.
That's murder.
We do see a double barrel for a little over the pot, denying equity
No, I'm down.
with the turn flush draw and best hand. Another one for B Done.
I'm down.
You're down one.
So was that pad thai? We got Marshmallow asking, homemade.
Very
No, no,
rarely.
no, no. I
Very rarely.
went
I
to a local restaurant,
usually play the main event, but
got the chicken
I
pad
saved
thai
10K this year.
with extra chicken, extra
Decided
egg,
not to.
Gotcha.
peanut sauce.
You?
Oh, I love the
Every now and
Thai
then I play
peanut
a little bit
sauce.
for you.
And
Yeah.
some extra Thai chilies.
Yeah. I maybe
But I'm
play
behind
Remco
you.
eats good.
3.
But he's also
Yeah.
bike riding.
Yeah.
You had a 4-hour bike ride
4
today.
hours today, yeah.
Oh,
So how many calories is that? 4,000, 5,000 you
Close
you
to
burn?
4,000, like 30,
Okay.
38, 39.
No big deal, guys.
Race.
37. Okay, let's be exact here. Yeah, gotta fuel up again.
You think they're going to be playing Journey, don't it?
It's one of the main reasons why I ride so much.
Think they'll be playing you Journey songs?
So you can eat.
Yeah, love those big meals.
Just for the squid? With this shit?
I have a problem tomorrow.
With this shit? What?
I have like a mandatory rest day,
Oh, really?
but I'm going for all you can eat sushi at night. So
But speed
tough.
is good flop.
Like one guy played in XM.
Who?
One guy
Okay,
played
Steve.
Soundgarden.
2 pair.
I didn't
Okin,
know.
bottom of range.
Yeah.
Here comes with the raise.
Unexpected.
What did he say?
He said they were both pieces of shit who never play any hands.
Oh.
I say no, I'm heads up for the squid.
And Okin gonna call with 7
I don't
high
know
here,
against
just
who.
thinking, look, we both need a squid button. Maybe Steve's
hope
just
you guys
screwing
call.
around with me, but really no pathway to victory here now for Okin. So maybe he was hoping Steve was just kidding and gonna check the turn, but Steve bets
I am
5K.
allowed to do stupid. Can you do the commentary?
Song? You need the song?
No, like him.
Oh,
like
do the
him,
commentary, you said. All right, I can't do it. You're right. I'm about to do stupid.
You almost got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, he folds like a cheap. Oh.
That's going to be hard.
Okin lets it go.
I
Finally.
was about to
Do stupid.
I could probably
You know what?
hold on for
I prefer being heads up against you. This is why I was like, for your head.
I'm definitely playing with you. Because you and I, we were joking at the table, kind of like we were playing.
So look, on your
Can I
rest
give you
day,
action
you're
with sevens
going
when you're
all you
racing?
can eat sushi. Are you allowed to go for a
Yeah.
walk
Yeah.
after you eat or anything like that?
Oh, I'm doing extra walks.
Okay.
The dog's getting extra walks tomorrow.
Okay. So you are allowed activity, but it's just
Oh, yeah,
you're not
yeah.
allowed to go hard and like
Yeah.
a bike ride.
Don't need a cutter.
I think Don's.
I got a
he's
race
a
next
rear.
week.
Yeah. Number
Next
2. Number
Saturday.
2.
One of those 150 miles again?
No, actually, it's pretty
Wow.
much shorter. It's a mountain bike race.
Okay.
It's
Give an
It's got to be
action.
tough.
Did you
it's
look?
5 laps.
Does
It's
he
five
look?
five
What?
laps.
He raised
It's
his
it's
kids.
30 miles total.
He looked at the field. That's what he looked at.
Through the mountains. So
That's
yeah.
a
okay.
fact. Julian here
Wow.
comes at 5,000 with King 7 off.
No squid.
When Julian sees an opportunity to take control
Made
of
a
the
squid
position
for
at the
the bad
table,
call,
he
and
often
made a squid,
pounces to
right.
try and isolate.
This could be a big hand.
He needs a squid.
Look,
We're heads
B
up in the
done
squid.
does
that
have
legal?
suited
Ooh,
connectors
if
play
that's
well,
illegal.
and we are going to see a flop. I love this by B done. You just are really trying to connect, and we see. Look, he's 40-60 here.
I've
Had to
never
put
been
in
this
4K to
cold
win
inside
almost
in my
11K. The math adds up, and look at this flop. We flop an open-ended straight draw. We only have 6 high. It's surely a flop Julian's going to c-bet with almost 100% of his
You gotta
range
get your legs
in
out
a
the
3-bet
sun.
pot.
It's really- something's going
So
on.
B done can, play calls or play raises.
I brought him. Hey, he comes.
Old?
He comes to Hilton Head.
Now, if you had
Old
like,
and wrinkled?
So I was going to say, Julian
Hilton
still
Head,
just
wrinkled
continues
on the
here.
boat.
Bald?
He's got it.
And I
covered
wonder
up
if
all the
B-Dun
way.
has
Oh,
any-
really? Like my cousin Vinny.
Any check raises here.
Like a thing going
yeah, like if you have like 6-4 hearts,
like
it's a
the
lot
logic
more
is-
comfortable.
No.
But like
little
you
sun.
could maybe argue
They say
some
the
of your
vitamin
bottom
thing-
of range
vitamin
stuff,
thing-
like just the
you know,
6-4 suited, could go for it.
They're muscular.
2 years ago, and I've been taking it.
There's no
But
tan.
it just came out with that.
And
that's
there
vitamin
comes
you
the
wanna take.
8 of
Stop
spades.
you from aging. And
Not
it's
being a
proven-
concern
It's
for either
really-
player
no,
here,
it's really-
but
you know
Julian
that
is going to
sounds
slow down.
Vitamin
King
A.
high is best here. Let's not forget
I'm waiting for
that.
the joke.
But the 4 on the
No
river
joke, Steve.
gives beat on a
Just
pair,
no
and it
joke.
is still his
No
night
joke,
here
no joke.
on
one?
Venetian
You
Poker
rated
Live.
it?
My doctor told me a couple
He
years
does
ago to
check,
take some more
and
vitamin D,
Julian
so I've been taking it.
has a
And
7.
I just
That
read
might
an
not
article
seem
about
like that
it.
important of a
You
card,
are
but he
sharp.
blocked
Vitamin that
6-7.
people taking.
But B done has a 6.
Yeah.
So will
If
there
you
be
don't
some
get
leveling
inside.
war here? And we do
No,
see
I'm
big
being-
chips
I'm just
being
time out. I'm
grabbed.
being serious.
All right, time out. I'm being serious too. Your body makes vitamin D when you're in the
And
I
look, if
understand,
anyone can
but
find a
I'm
call
telling you,
here, it is B done
It's a good one
with a
to
pair
take.
of 4s.
Most people's going to be low. on the
God,
bottom.
that'd be so beautiful.
Yeah.
If he pulls the trigger here.
Julian's playing very polar. What hands could Julian have that he play like this? Would he really check back the turn with like ace queen or kings or aces and then pile in over pot bet right now?
If that was
So
it, we
I don't
still
know if
think
this
that
makes a whole lot of sense. Maybe ace deuce could check back the turn, which has now made a wheel.
Still good, but it's
But
not what I want.
if you can't think of that many hands, sometimes these calls are a little bit easier to find.
I mean,
in 10 minutes, I went from being dead even.
B done playing with
No,
check
you're up
raising
100.
chips,
We ordered 2
Yeah,
rape
yeah.
kits.
but it's
We ordered 2 rape kits.
35,000.
Yeah.
It was a bad 10 minutes.
And one other
to
thing
Julian.
B done
got
can
DNA
consider
from
here
my
is an
dad.
And then I
all-in
give him
bluff.
another
Oh
10.
my
He
God.
blocks
sixes
2 pairs.
versus
He
the-
He's up against maybe a capped range because we don't
and then he hit
think
the
Julian's
set.
going to check
That's a
back the
little bit
turn
more.
with like sets or really good hands like aces,
But
kings,
he's
ace,
not a
queen.
fucking hand.
So B done could re-bluff effectively, blocking 2 pair, blocking a straight here himself. But all options on the table.
I wish I was good enough
That's
to
a really good bet.
ever think this long about a fucking hand. Like after 30 seconds, I don't have anything else to think about.
Like B-Don said it. That's a really good
I don't
bet.
have anything else to think about.
Maybe trying to get a little info.
I'm not going to lie. It's a very good bet.
You just know you're in
Julien
lockdown.
Martini
You just know that you're in lockdown.
gets it done
You want to show bluff
with the
so bad.
massive river bet.
He
I
can't
feel
show.
like
He's
I'm
gonna
on a
have to
nut
show.
man.
You can.
You can?
You can.
I
Did
can.
it?
Yeah. it's
You
not
want me to
illegal.
do that?
Me? I want what's best for you. Whatever would make you feel good.
Yeah.
King
You know
7
Braxton is in lockdown.
for
That's
the
so
big
he
bluff.
knows it.
Wow.
Can't really fault Braxton there for folding, but the fact that he thought about it alone is
You got
just
yourself in
impressive.
there
Hey.
by raising blind
Hey.
and then have to defend.
Play this queen.
Yeah, okay, don't worry. You deserve it. You deserve
You
it
had
on
the
that
best
one.
hand anyway. You were bluffing with the best
Braxton right now doesn't play a hand. He's looking to win.
And this is
he's
exactly
like,
why
this guy ain't
Roy
calling me
called
30K
with
right
sixes,
now on the river.
because this is
With
all
one pair,
within
he's
the
not
realm of
calling 30K
possibility.
with one pair.
Uh-oh.
Very
Guess
true.
who found his voice?
Huh? I paid everybody.
No, we got.
Huh? What?
Over. Start over.
Oh.
Starting over.
He's
Here,
Braxton. You pay me?
1,200. Give
Brian,
3
you
and
pay
3.
me? Brian, you pay me?
What
You
I
only
find
get
fun,
6,
Tristan,
so
is
give
when
3 and 3.
you know we see people in the chat sometimes or on
yes, I
social
did.
media or in the comments on the Instagram Reels, by the way, and Venetian Poker Live on Instagram. Make sure you follow along. They'll say stuff like, "Man, I would crush this game," or "Oh man, I would win so much money in this game." Explain to the people how difficult it is to play in a game like this.
Oh man, it's really difficult. I mean, obviously, if you make good hands, that's easy because you might make a shitload of money in this game. But it's those little margin spots, right? We were to the river with third
Like the
pair
first episode.
in a spot where someone's polarized and they're betting 35,000, a mid-sized SUV into front of you, like on the river. So, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's easy when you can see the cards, but this game is just bonkers.
What do you have?
And you never know if someone's just going to step out of line and step outside the box and do something that's just unorthodox and otherworldly. Like we just saw with the King 7 off. Squid Game is a product of that. Okin's game is another reason. Like, great job for Okin to put this game together.
I promise you I will not watch this stream. I don't watch them. I said it yesterday. I don't watch them.
Don makes it 500 with Ace King. A sad looking flop for his hand as we see 9-6-5. Steve flopping 2 pair. Pair and straight draw for Royski.
This is the other thing. Look at these hands that are playing.
Yep.
9-6 off, 7-5 off, Jack 4 off. Like, if someone's just playing hands that loose, which you should in Squid,
I watched that.
you're up against so many more hands now. You're not playing like a concentrated portion of the deck for somebody.
Wait, there's Roy.
So it just is. It's just a lot more tough. It's tougher to assimilate where you are in a hand.
I don't want to watch myself play poker. I don't. It doesn't do anything for me.
2K here from Royski, and Steve not wasting any time.
I watch other
Makes it
streams,
8,000.
Like big streams, you know, like this one sometimes, or like the other. But I don't care to watch myself play. I guess. I don't know.
Oh boy. I have to be the one to get you healthy.
Royski makes the call. Queen of diamonds on the turn. Steve a huge favorite here.
Roy was a good man.
They really are going in hard into Royski tonight.
The needles are just out of this world.
Pull up on a stick. Pull up.
Steve wins another. Steve doesn't win a lot of hands, but when he wins them, he really wins them. Like, he just, like, with authority, just takes them down.
Of course you call. I know that I just call it.
Yeah, he's made a couple good hands in position and has had a customer in Royski both times. Oh, look, we got the kids going on a potty break. So.
You guys already.
B-Don doesn't want to go on break. He's just here to take everyone's money.
We don't have to play.
Absolutely brilliant night for B-Don so far.
The live streams
If you're having fun tonight, please let us know where you're watching from. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Know that Tristan and I are here every Saturday night for your viewing pleasures. We've got some more different kinds of games coming up, so stay tuned for that. It's always a good time here at Venetian Poker Live. If you haven't already found the Venetian Poker Live YouTube channel, you're catching us on Poker Go, make sure you find it on YouTube. We have tons of shorts. We have tons of highlights being posted. Those are all worth checking out, especially because watching every minute of every stream, a little difficult, understandably so.
Flop top 2, and I'll find my voice.
And the kings.
Hey, Moose, love it. Lots of dead money out here. We got the ace-queen off. We're going to 3-bet.
Kings, I just played like a robot.
He's going to get called by 10-8 suited, and I imagine King-Jack suited as well.
Ah,
But look,
guys,
we're
how can I
driving in
fucking-
money to the pot with the best of it. We're getting called
You got a good one? Or just not?
by some really weak hands. Royski's not all in. He still has about 10K back. And look at this. We do flop the best of it. Now, this is where you don't have to have huge sizings. If you're Moose, 25K in the middle, you have top pair. But, you know, 30 to 50%, probably good here. But we go almost pot. He's just like, look, guys, if anyone has something, whatever, I'm just trying to get the money in. And this does discourage anyone from floating you with
Right.
something weak.
But Moose has been doing this every single time he has it.
Nope. Yes.
And Royski's in a call with bottom pair. And he's in bad shape, but there's a lot of money in the middle.
I got you.
All right, Royski looking for a 3 or a 5, and the trumpets
Maybe just for you.
I know.
or the horns
But you only have $18.
blowing again.
9,000.
Right.
I'm feeling good.
Let's go. Twice. Who did? Oh, he did?
It's for TV.
What are we waiting for?
No, he have kings.
We're waiting for TV production.
Okay,
value.
okay, guys.
Kings and
Oh my God.
If you have set, I'm dead.
You're dead. You're
What's
dead.
this saying again?
If
You-
you have set,
you're
I'm
dead.
dead.
Said the last part.
Ah, come on.
All right, here
Yeah,
we go.
we have
Turn card, 7 of diamonds.
No, he
Not like
not.
Royski looking for a 5 and a
It's
5
up here.
only. 6 on the river.
That's you.
Moose is going to hold up here. We're going to run it twice, so
No, I'm not lying. I'm never lying. I'm not lying.
Yeah,
another chance here for Royski to try and find a way to bail himself out. And there's the 5. Royski with the narrow escape.
Chop it up, boys.
I told you I'd bring him.
Good job.
Just notice how he's so quiet when he got there.
Fucking.
What the fuck?
He bet 6,000.
I win the squid.
Call.
I win the squid.
Fucking call.
He won money on that hand.
You have. I had King Jack.
And now there's 24 and I had 9. Now you have 4 pair.
You think Roy's holding a pair?
Yeah, I had 9,000.
Again, I remind you.
That's what I look
Think
like.
about what you told me.
Arcturus is at Harry's house tonight. Florida, South Texas,
And I get a squid.
No, Titus
Arizona,
Yeah.
Coastal
You
Bend.
definitely have more VP than me. But more VP than me.
So personal.
Y'all fucked up. That gift, man.
You paid 80,000 to make.
Sorry,
this one.
Astro.
You win.
I was just reading
We
that.
try
too.
to be quiet when the players talk, but sometimes they don't take a breath.
It's no brainer. He had
There's
24,000. He had 8,000.
Do you guys have a?
Oh.
Can you stitch him up? His nose is wide open. We need a doctor to come here and fix you.
Oh, if I scoop Moose there.
It's pretty hard to scoop.
Roy's
I've 8,000
fantasizing.
Watching from Fort
It's pretty hard
Lauderdale.
to scoop with your hand.
My
I guess.
hometown
Yeah, if you run
area.
twice.
Shout out Boynton Beach.
Yeah.
Running
Yeah,
straight.
any 3 and any 5. That's a lot of cards, Junior.
That's a lot.
Any 3 and any 5. That's a lot.
Oh my God, I wish you said once.
He did say once.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That would be amazing.
That'd be sick. Yeah. This fucking guy.
Okin kind of been quiet tonight. Hasn't had a whole lot going in the 30 or so hands we've witnessed.
Also, wow.
Listen, every time Brian
Moose
three-bet,
finds
he
kings,
fakes
and
all in.
Moose plays straightforward
That's
poker,
like 17
and
times today.
against
Not
these
exactly what-
guys, it's
But
working.
Yeah, it helps when you pick up good hands too, as we see. Second best starting hand,
Show
and
one,
Moose
just
is
show one
holding.
while
You
you're
don't
here.
have to show it.
Just show one.
But I can.
Just one. But
Now,
the-
Oh, the thing with Okin is that on nights like this,
We'll see.
where the hands are not connecting,
said
you're
buddy.
put in these awkward spots. Sometimes your best way to play
I keep collecting.
is to just save the money, because it's so easy to get frustrated and to make that overcall or
difficult.
to call that 3-bet out of position and just bleed chips constantly, and that's just what you
Oh,
want to
so
avoid.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Andy, 6.
The one thing going for Okin though, he usually always has a big stack.
I know,
So if he
but
kind of
four is
pushes
the
the
most I have
action,
is 5.
it only takes
tried.
one big hand for him to get back on track. So I agree with your comments. However, Okin can't wait to stack someone for 50K or something, and then he's, you know, back right into the game tonight.
Laser. All right, you and I have not talked about the laser treatments you've done to your legs. You lasered your leg?
You have to ask him what the best thing about getting lasered is.
No,
There's
I don't have
Pennzoil
to ask
Don
him
with the
that.
5 deuce off. Coming with a 3-bet. And this is
He
his
loves
image
to talk about it.
coming into play here,
Why
and
did
B
he
Don
get
just going to
his
release.
legs lasered.
He got
36-year-old married man with 3 kids?
He
Brian,
said
like that, Brian?
There you go.
You did your whole body?
The best thing, I should done it.
Did you bleach
Why
it
is
too?
it the best thing ever?
Did you bleach
It's
it?
Roy's specialty. Roy loves to
From
talk
here?
about this on stream. Go ahead.
Did you bleach it?
No, I didn't bleach
Is it for OnlyFans?
it. No, I just
Yeah, Roy gets
I
lick
can't put a
back.
place for my back, shoulders, and
Because
chest
you're
and
like
neck.
a hairy
Yes. And then the guy says,
Hairy rabbit?
What's your reason?
I got my back laser, but not.
yeah, I
You
came
did?
in for the back.
that a thing
for my
people
back
do?
and shoulder.
Well,
And like,
I had
and
a
then
lot
the
of hair.
guy,
He had a lot of hair, but I'm sure. I mean, obviously, it's.
and then the guy says,
Let him tell you. Let him tell
the
you.
guy says, why don't you do the whole body? And says, okay, best thing I ever did.
He said,
Why is
Roy
that?
took his clothes
Why
off.
is that?
And he goes, he's like this. And he said, where should I put my pants? The guy said, right beside
Let's put
mine.
it that way. I used to go to the restroom and I have to take baby wipes with me every time I would go to the restroom.
Oh, nice. Good story.
Yes.
Can I?
No,
TMI.
I'm done.
Oh my God.
Tell me about where you grew up in France.
This is so funny.
Oh, my God.
You see?
This is going downhill quick. No shit.
And you think
Oh,
that has something to do
Shout
with
out
the
baby
hair on
wipes.
your calves?
Tristan and I both knee deep in baby wipes.
Oh.
So you grew up in Corsica? Is that right? That's an island in France?
Look,
or
I
no?
could see
no,
how
it
you
was
could
nobody.
benefit
We
from
don't
being
have- we
hairless
don't
in
have a
certain
blood like
areas,
that.
especially when
Nobody does. He's one
defecating.
of one.
I guess
One of one. That's
it's a unique piece. Everything.
Oh my God, this is out of control.
Yeah?
Very hairy guy.
But you
It's
thought maybe
3,
the
7,
hair on your
10. Poker,
calves was
poker,
like
poker.
No, he just upsold me. I'm like, okay, let's just do the whole body.
Yep,
that,
sold
the
him.
whole body. How many times did you have to go to be bald for the rest of your life?
5.
No. I went like 14 times.
Oh my God!
Roy, how many?
Oh my God!
Every 2 months.
Roy, how many
No,
times?
but every 2 months, 1 hour.
Roy, how many times?
14?
Every 2 months for 2.5 years?
Every 2 months for 1 hour. 1, 2, 14.
Roy, I did it like 5
All right, so
times.
what's 2 times 14?
Remco's amazed.
My mind is blown.
Sorry, yeah, you're right. 7 weeks.
Yeah, you
whatever,
laser
yeah.
hair
I did like
treatments, you
5
cannot
times.
just
My
do
bad.
it once. It's
That was
not
enough?
done. You
I
have
mean,
to
I
burn
got
out the
just the
follicles.
bat.
So
They nuke
yeah,
you.
but he
over
got
and over until they're gone. It sounds
Everywhere.
like specific. I mean, 14 times.
I was shaving it anyway. Like before the laser, I was shaving it, so I keep shaving it, just do laser and just be done with
Does
it.
the treatment
There
hurt
it
at all?
goes.
We're just going real
shaving
deep on
your
this
leg.
hair
My
talk.
legs, you always keep mentioning no.
Well, but it's your
The legs
bald
was just-
white legs that I see every time you
No, the legs.
And you
was
look
just
for him.
the leg was just
kind of turns me on.
just
but
spell on the moment thing. I didn't
it
plan.
makes me feel funny that
Yeah, the legs was, but I went for my chest, my back, my shoulder,
and
and my ass.
What do you want, Brad?
I don't know.
And my ass.
This is
Nothing.
like
Nothing. He
this
said it
this
already.
this stream is just on a
You know,
level
you
that
know
I've
when you
never
shower, you just
seen it
feel
on
more
before.
clean, you know? But if you're not a hairy guy, you'll never understand it. If someone here is not a hairy guy, you guys never understand it. Only hairy guys will understand.
That's how rap music started. Hair in the mouth.
Like Don doesn't have a
how
hair
rap music
like on his
started.
body, so it's like
We use fire, burned it up, so you don't have to pay nothing.
like Braxton have no hair. Also, it's like if you're a hairy guy, it's like
You would have lay yourself under
He
like
just
a
keeps
hot
going.
sand, roll it, your hair don't grow. You know that, right? I'm serious.
What? If you do what?
They do that in Vietnam?
Yeah, they do
What?
it.
They roll the babies in the hot sand?
They do it in the jungle. It
Yeah,
don't have to
one
be
girl.
super hot, but
Just the girl.
you keep rolling it, it won't grow. Your hair won't grow.
Is this going to be put into a little YouTube segment? about
This is a highlight.
How to take,
Okay,
how
one-on-one
to, you know,
treatments for
manscape.
Yeah,
With
man.
Venetian Poker Live.
Can this be a sponsored
Alright,
segment that
good
Roy talks about hair removal once a week?
The two of us.
There should be a hair removal person watching.
Want to stop using baby wipes when you use the restroom? Get a laser treatment on your butt top.
This is actually perfect
Graphic
company
for the show.
to sponsor us.
Roy on the water slide. Going down at the end.
A river to flush draw. Nice one.
Roy's entire body is like a dolphin.
Steve is on another
Thank
level.
you.
Steve is one of the best subtle needlers that we've ever had on the show.
Ooh, feels illegal.
World with some interesting chat comments. Can't disagree with you, World.
Yes.
You can have my seat.
You're not going over. You haven't given me 100.
I know. I do. I got to build up a little more, and then I'll get.
Now the game gonna warm.
King Queen for
Feel like
Carl
we're
here.
gonna
Just
come
going to limp in. Moose is not messing around tonight. He's had a lot of good hands, but also, you know, looks out the king deuce suitor. Just makes it 3,200 like it's not no big
Actually,
deal.
you look good on TV. Yeah.
Yeah, here's one of his rare kind of out of line spots. We did see him re-raise a flop with 5-3 high.
Damn it! Fucking pocket sevens in the muff. Fold.
How long was it? Like 14 times, like an hour?
Fold.
Oh, Red, are there any way we can see the
They
flop
done for life.
like my decision?
No, I understand. It's just a big time investment. Like
No,
it's-
Carl, I
1
don't
hour
love
every 2 months.
limping king queen and then folding, but
I mean, like doing nothing.
Damn, Moose.
What do you mean doing nothing?
but
I
against
mean, you lay
Moose, you
down,
know
I
who's been
don't know.
pretty
Yeah,
solid.
You lay down and you like whatever.
We
you
see
like
Carl
almost
just
wanna
fold.
sit-
And you talk, the guy is shaving your balls, and you're like, hey.
No, it's a female, normal female.
Ah, this is why.
I'll be the judge of that.
Everything makes sense now.
No. All the technician, I think. All the technician.
Steve is already thinking about his next one-liner.
I started to call there.
But you're not Harry also.
Huh?
You're not Harry.
Also, you are allowed to have air as,
Guys,
you know,
what
as
else
a
can we
human.
talk about?
Is what?
You are allowed
It's,
to
we're
have
not
air.
You know
streaming
that every
anymore,
the
so
funny
they can
part
just
that
edit
every
the
time
shit
I
out.
mention it,
Oh, I guess so.
every
What?
time I mention it,
Can we talk about like Pretty Woman?
that somebody was
girls, or
Harry, somebody
something?
was
God
Harry in the
damn.
table, immediately asked me, oh yeah, I would like, they're so interested because they know. Only if you're Harry, you'll understand. You're not Harry, you wouldn't feel the pain, you wouldn't understand.
I'm sure you did it for a good reason. What I mean is like, you do it, you don't do it, it doesn't matter. It's your life.
I guess so.
But it's funny.
Like you want to do the thing here, right? I want to do the thing also.
No, I don't.
You told me you want to do it.
No.
I'd love some extra hair on the top of my head.
Okay, lad.
It's looking real thin. Julian makes it
Remember who
1600 with
said when I
7-5
called
suited, and
King Queen
Royski
yesterday,
has
King Queen for 100
just the
pounds?
type of hand
Don't call me liar.
to see a flop with,
Don't
to
what?
flop
Don't
big,
call me
and
liar.
with Royski's stack size, it's not hard to
Shit,
get
you
chips
could
in
go
the
all in
middle
with Jack Loose,
versus
actually.
Julian.
wanna
So
win or not?
with some
Not even
semi bluffs,
King
maybe we can
Yeah, he
just
did that shit
get
last
aggressive.
Yeah, and if you look
don't
at the
think I'm a
ace
good
deuce of
sweater?
clubs, it looks
No,
kind of
it's-
hairy.
What about the fucking 3-5?
What about the 3-5? I
Yeah.
witnessed that shit.
Yeah.
He asked you to
Right,
sweat.
that's
He
a
only
chest
shot-
hairs. Those clubs are chest
didn't
hairs.
do
If
it.
you
From
ask
that
me.
spot,
I see
it
the
was a
curls.
fucking great
Yeah.
Julian with a fortunate flop with a flush draw. Royski ace high,
No,
through to a wheel.
down bet.
yeah, no flush draw for Royski here. Was sort of begging to see at least one club, but he's just going to make the call.
Moose really
Angel.
I
riding with
mean-
Royski
Roy, if you're
tonight.
I
listening,
think Moose
Listen
maybe
up.
might have been in the Marines back in the day. Navy, whoever does
Julian,
that.
it's on you. The turn is a 7 of hearts.
We should have Moose in the
Julian's
booth
thinking.
here. 7 on the turn, by the way, pairs Julian, and look at that equity sort of switch all of a sudden.
Ass hurts so bad.
95%.
Check. Now the river. Exciting. Nothing's changed.
Ace on the river, and Royski gets bailed out. The 5%er comes in. An absolute laser shot on the river.
No words. Just the ace from space.
One of them have the squid.
Barber's here, by the way.
Oh, there he is.
Julian says.
4,000 here from Royski going for value. He knows his customer. He knows that even a weak ace can be bet here. Of course, he would chop
All right,
against
let's try out them
a lot of
cakes.
aces,
Got room?
but
Steve,
Julian
did you
not
use
the
that
type of player
fork or no?
to check
Yeah,
an
I
ace
used the
there
fork.
either.
You want a fork or you want to just use
No,
your-
no, no.
back in Vietnam?
Julian
got
does have a
cream
bluff
in it?
catcher, but if you're Julian, you
Don?
love the flop
Huh?
and turn.
there
You
your
hate the
curry in
sweater.
it?
Literally just sticking his
Oh,
finger.
cream.
You got
You
cream?
sure you don't want a fork? I got a clean fork right here, never used.
I was just looking at it. I was
Clean.
just saying if it's had cream in it.
Now it's
No,
not clean.
I don't eat the cream, but the coconut's good.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers say clean.
It's not clean?
Fuck no.
It's better than your fucking fingers.
I'll clean it up. Don't go back.
Touching those goddamn poker chips for 5.5 hours.
Julian looks a little,
I've got chlamydia.
little sad there.
Don't worry, we die together. Fuck. My life way cheaper than yours, for sure.
Good. Thank you.
Royski's going to show the ace
You have
to
king
win
high.
the squid button.
No, you were in a bad shape.
What what?
You would for
You were in
sure
bad
not
shape.
believe my hand.
No, I believe I would have seen it anyway. So I don't
You
think
had like
I
2
don't
outs.
think you're gonna lie about
You
it.
had like 2 outs.
A bit more, but not much. Oh no, you were like yeah, 2 outs. You're right.
No, it's right. 3 outs.
2 outs.
No, because one of the suits, one of your aces were no good. Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. So by the end you had king high. By the end.
No, I'm telling you, at
He
the
had
fucking
ace-
best hand. Like, if you have 2 outs,
Oh,
I have
not
the
it.
best hand.
Oh, you had the 7 and a flush.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're welcome.
That's a big fold, Julian. Good fold. Fuck.
Well, at the end, he
You
didn't
never
have a flush
bluffed,
draw
bro.
anymore.
Yeah, you're right. I never bluff. You're right.
These
I never
guys
bluff.
Damn bad
love
sweater.
to battle, needle, banter,
Got you there.
beat.
But like, if you had the choice,
15.
it's the
1,000?
most fun to have money and to play
This
with
year
friends
one?
that also have money, so that the pain of the needle hurts more than the pain of losing the pot.
Yeah.
Because that's the perfect setup here. These guys go hard at each other sometimes.
Wow, that was a good fold, Julian.
Really good.
He had a 7, which is
No
2
flush
over
draw
cards.
after the
Ace
river.
got there. You're
World is
betting
pointing
4,000.
out Roy heavily underwater.
Yeah, Julian fold
Well,
a lot of time. Hurt.
at least
I
he's got the
mean,
dolphin
for
skin,
Julian,
so
okay,
maybe
okay,
he'll be
sorry.
able to
Good fold
resurface.
for Julian.
Okay, well, maybe that.
Yeah, good fold for Julian. Standard.
10-4 deuce, 2 spades. Moose flops a set. I'm going to predict that when it's Moose's time to bet, he's going to bet like 10,000.
Go ahead.
I'm behind
At
you.
the
I
cage,
bet you
they
did.
should have a private
It is
cash out.
possible. Steve with the ace of
Private.
spades
Check out.
and
like
position,
that.
but Royski's going to
Fucking
bet
dangerous, man.
his gut
Everybody
shot
knows.
and overcard.
You're right about that. Okay,
No,
I'm going to say
serious.
something about
You
that.
might
That's
mention
another
it.
good one.
2,500 here
No, I
from
just
Royski.
we should have a private area to check
Yeah.
out.
They do
I
that
would
down
like
if
Steve
the
to call
lock-
here
you
in
go to the front
position.
door, nobody- you're
You have
locked
the
in
ace of
and nobody-
spades, you
Yeah.
have overcards,
Or
maybe you have the
listen,
best
or you
hand,
just,
or you can get
book
there.
the
But
husband
whatever,
I
there's a
agree
lot
with
of
you.
people in the
Man,
pot, so
stand
he
up
gets
there.
out of the way. And
Gotta
like
wait
you
on you. You know what's
predicted,
going on behind
Moose
the
just piling in the money with the set.
Raises 10,000 more. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here all night. Definitely not what Royski wanted to see.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
For sure, we need that. And I need to fix this vent. I'm going to have a meeting with them this week about that.
Yeah, I don't want for sure.
Okin
but
running
man, we
cold.
went
Yeah.
Both
back.
ways.
Can't.
We need a
Force.
private area.
Last time I
We need to
cashed
fix
out.
this vent.
Yeah, it's stained.
You got a
It's stained.
bunch of squiddy squid.
Not in here, but when you walk out.
Does
Yeah.
Okin sleep in this room? Does he like ever leave?
I never take any money with me, but I know what you mean. If I did, I would do.
He is probably one of the people who's in there
Hawaii
the
in
most.
the other
Oh, yeah,
spot today.
If you
absolutely.
think about it.
Here.
Julian with a pair of sixes. Julian's got 150 in front of him. We have some very deep stacks that could play some huge pots, but somehow it's consistently the smaller stacks
Most you
that are
have
clashing,
four
and which is
screens.
just card distribution.
Yeah,
you know? We could have Okin and Julian
Just
play a
four.
300K
Shit,
pot
had
right
high
now.
value.
Yep. And Julian in need of a squid game button here.
Oh! Steve finds jacks, and the cold 4-bet about to arrive, and
Who needs a button?
he's got the double hands ready to
Very high.
push this forward.
I think so. I mean,
Is there a 5-minute
granted,
break or
you
something?
probably just want to play
What
non-all-in
is that, after
re-raises,
end.
but he's just
After
going to
this end.
call. I would have loved to see another re-raise. You get the other people out. You isolate Royski, who could have worse hands.
I mean, this is an open
Camera
invite
crew
for
need to
Julian
go
to
take a
call.
look.
But this is absolutely an open
Me?
invite.
Right? No, no.
No big chips.
He's got
So 11, 12, like 13, right? Yeah.
almost 13.
And who knows? We've even seen Julian shove in these spots
Oh
for
my
50K
God.
effective.
Imagine.
But he does take the passive route here.
I love how you and I are always rooting for maximum drama. What if he shoved here?
I'm not kicking you out, but
10-9-5, rainbow flop.
And the one advantage
again.
Steve has here is he's seeing a
Yeah, well, we'll
flop,
take a
and
5-minute
Royski
break,
probably
which is the time
hates
we-
his life because he just wanted to get the money and run it
You want me
twice.
to
I got
call you
ace
up?
king suited.
Yep.
But now his equity is diminished. He's probably not going to even get to the river here. He probably should just check and find a way out. But he is going to bet Steve. Oh! Bet all in. He gets snapped by Steve.
Royski jams, and Steve snap calls. Julien gets out of the way. Bad news for Steve.
I mean, Royski should have known that Steve had a hand like this, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I think Royski could have saved 13,000 here. But, you know, whatever. He's bluff shoving into wider ranges he imagines. But, you know, Steve not the kind of guy that's going to have nothing there. And look, he just turns a king.
Wow.
And he rivers a straight.
Queen on the river, and Steve makes a straight. Oh, my God. Can Royski find it again? 7 on the turn. Needs an ace or a king.
55. Anything extra?
7 on the river, and Steve wins it twice. Royski with the head shake. That is pretty disgusting.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. Little refresher here on the chip counts. We have 4 stacks over 100,000.
What do you say, bro?
David.
These stacks are all so close. Let's just get it in 3 ways, guys. Come on, let's just play a pot worth.
Yeah.
What
430, I guess. Massive chip stacks here, as we had a player switch here, as we're closing in on the end of the night.
Oh, he left. He was here.
Returning from a quick bathroom break here. Thanks for still being with us here. Appreciate you all watching the feed.
Hi, how are you?
It's been quite a game already.
I'm sure we played.
David, Julien.
This is Squid, yeah. No, this
David
is Squid.
joining the game here.
Yeah, he left.
So Moose exited on break. We got David in there now with 115K, so he kind of absorbed the same kind of stack Moose had. And we got
I think
3-4 players with 100K.
I mean,
he has a set or trips. He's gonna play.
I think we could see some fireworks here.
Yesterday he was,
Very different player. Today.
Welcome to the table, David, buying in for 114,000.
No, but he was.
I think he was steaming. He
went on
after the hand against you.
Yeah, he won.
And Roy a little tilted after losing a bunch of hands and just losing that.
I made it 42,000,
Big
basically all in, and he just flat called with 9,000 behind. He flat called with 8-7 off.
And won?
No.
Oh.
Check.
1,000.
But he was giving a lot of action yesterday.
Yeah, he was hot.
Carl betting his king here. David makes the call. Queen on the turn is just going to chop this thing up.
Pressing, yeah.
I mean, to be honest.
Yeah, of course. Everybody has 2 different ways of playing. When they're winning and when they're losing.
Yeah, you're right.
Me?
Bet a 2K and a call. 3 on the river.
You're the same no matter what?
And it just goes check, check. No one wants to get check raised or get into any nonsense here versus the queen, I guess.
If you're winning, you play one way. If you're losing, you play another way. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
J-Row on the backs of what Okin's saying.
Welcome
I know it
to
sucks
the
to be stuck, but you still got to go through your process and
How
make
we
the
gonna
best
do this?
decision.
Oh,
And that's absolutely true.
He buy the button.
Yeah.
You know, Okin's saying, look,
Just for
you
100,
people play 2 ways, when you're winning or when you're losing.
David Braxton.
Braxton, nice to meet you.
But you always got to stay even keel. Sometimes
Braxton
that's easier
finished
said
third
than
in the
done.
main event. In case you are wondering why you recognize him.
Obviously, you think for somebody to finish third that he's gonna play some hands, but I don't know what happened.
Well, there's a reason that he be third, buddy.
Hey, did you finish third yesterday in the main event?
If I finish third in the main event, dude, I'm fucking only there.
You play like this. 3-5-0.
He gotta beat 10,000 people. Goddamn.
David, you remember how the squid works, obviously, right? Okay.
Okay, B done versus Carl here. Squid game on, as most of our viewers know. Just means, hey, you got to win a pot to get a button.
If Roy and I win
If you
the
don't win a
Powerball,
pot after 9-10 hands, you owe everyone $300 per button they get. So very imperative
rich already, though.
to play hands, win pots, and get one of those red Squid Game buttons.
That's true.
I'm not that rich. I'm not Powerball rich.
Okay. So Powerball, you might play a little.
No, I'm still locking it up.
Oh, okay.
I just might start playing Taiwanese or whatever.
Oh, I mean, very addictive. Don't start, actually. That's the best
Hey,
advice.
I have no idea how you play that hand, like that Taiwanese poker.
It's easy. 1 card all them, 2 card all them, 4 card Pierre. I mean,
Does it have
Omar.
to be double? Is it always double board though?
Yes,
That's how you
always
do it?
2 board. It's 1 point on each board, 2 point on each board,
Yeah.
3 point on each board. Very easy. 20 points if you home run, which never happen very rarely. But it does happen actually. We have been playing like so
putting 'em
many
down on my
hours, and
lap,
it
and I
happened
keep trying
one time it happened twice back to back. That was not fun.
What is this?
You're up, Steve.
Towel, clean your hands,
Wow.
Steve. That's what it's
Oh,
for.
that's what it's for?
Yeah. I used that to wipe up the fork earlier.
Yeah? Did you eat the whole pie?
No. It's good, but
Yeah.
no way.
Okin raising up Jack
Oh,
10.
I feel like I'm on a coach on an airplane right now.
David in there 5 deuce suited. B done. King 7 suited. Don King 9 suited. So
Brian,
dog
how
hand.
much did you pay for the laser?
For the what?
So it gets your hair burned off.
Look at this.
Each session 300.
They didn't give you a discount for half size?
I should ask for
That was a long build-up for that show.
Yeah.
Top pair
because
for
he had double
Pennzoil
thick
Don
hair,
and a big
so
draw
That's it,
still.
really
Spent a
sick.
lot more time on each spot.
As we got Royski getting needled about his
I thought
laser
it
hair
would be more
treatment.
expensive than this.
300
long
per
time
session? Not bad though. You heard that, Remco?
Oh, really?
That's a. I might have
Did
to
I ever
consider
meet
it.
you when you were a hairy gorilla?
Yeah.
King
So like
here
a
for
couple
both
years ago, you zapped it up?
Don and B done. Okin with Jack 10 pair and straight draw.
I think it's about the same price.
He's gonna raise to 10,000.
Turns
We're
it
not
into
being
a
I mean,
bluff.
to do
right?
maintenance.
So
like
those
that.
guys
And
are
now
all supposed to be
Pennzoil Don with just a bluff
Even in
catcher,
mine,
even
so
though
guys,
top pair,
you
he's
don't
really
put
hoping
this
to
in the screen
improve
as a
himself
Is this for your wife
with
or
a
your girl?
diamond specifically. But even a
wants it to
jack
be
gives him
ball?
a straight, although an ace
So
would
that
make a
is for
higher
my
straight.
back and my shoulder. And
Queen
from there,
pairs
just
on the
the
river. Now
outsole,
does
you know.
Okin
Yeah,
have
who gives a fuck if you have a hairy
the
back?
type of hand to fire again
I
here?
do like it.
I'd
I
say
did.
so.
Yeah?
You block the straight, although you don't love
When
the
he
queen
looks at
coming,
himself
but
in the
your
mirror,
opponent
when he
probably
hugs
has a
himself,
king more than a
I love
queen.
you, Ro.
They really would need like queen X of diamonds here, or like queen jack,
It would be
to be comfortable putting in more money on the
Yeah.
turn with a queen.
What would be?
I was always shaving it. I was shaving
But
my
he does
back.
just give up.
I was shaving it anyway. I was shaving my
Okay.
back anyway. So why
Checks
keep
back.
shaving
Do you
it?
think
How do you shave your
Don
back?
can fold a king
With,
there?
with one of those extended
It's
things?
possible, yeah.
No,
Okin
no,
just
no,
representing
stick,
a
basically?
straight,
It's gonna be all of it.
basically.
You have to bet all of it, yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
shaving
gonna
my
bet
chest,
all of it.
so-
I'm not folding.
Yeah, I don't know about that. No, that hand you're fold.
Try
I
it.
think he had a decent bluff candidate there,
You're not
blocking
folding up. Wow.
full houses and blocking a straight, but
Who pays?
he does just give up, which is
Right when he
reasonable on
gets
that
there.
river. What's up, John Marsh? We see you
How
with
was
the
pit,
period in
Father?
the chat.
Good?
Hmm?
How
Just
was
making
in
sure
the
you
pit?
exist, and
Any
you do.
A little acknowledgement goes a long way.
Good or not good?
L dude
Good, it's good,
says
yeah.
go Okin. Was rooting for the river bluff.
Yeah, those are tough spots.
Ask him if it's good or bad at poker table.
Yeah, they
Once
buried.
again, if you haven't already and you're coming to Vegas, you have to come and check out the Venetian Poker Room,
Yeah.
located at level
I'm
2 at the
coming here
Palazzo
for
Grand
that.
Canal
He's
Shops.
found his voice. Today
It's
is up
the-
a little bit.
It's
not
the
even
my
I'm
favorite
not
room in
even
Vegas
up.
now. We
You're
got
not
the
up?
coffee
No.
machine, we got the
Just-
soda
it's
machine,
all that matters
You
is
do
bathrooms
that?
inside the poker
Weekend?
room.
Yeah,
You can
I'm
order food
30,
to the
but-
table
past
from
45 minutes, you're in an
fantastic
upswing,
restaurants.
that's all that
There's the
That is-
it
in-room
does not matter.
dining,
The whole
which
day
has its
doesn't
own
matter.
menu,
All
which is
about the
also
momentum.
fantastic.
I'm stuck. I
There's
feel
a
like
chia
I'm up
pudding.
$1 million right now.
Oh my God!
Which I put you onto that.
Just
I-
I
I've-
feel like.
I've had so much chia pudding
13K.
this year.
Look at this. We got Carl with ace king, Pennzoil Don 3-bet and ace jack,
Done. That paid for
Julian
your
in there
flight.
with 9-10 suited.
That paid for your flight.
Carl,
How long
it's
did you
set
take
up
from-
for you, buddy.
Okay.
There's 12K out there. When you got ace king, just
Oh,
pile it in. But instead, Carl's
just
taking
thought
the
of myself, I
conservative
didn't play
route.
this
He
one.
wants to see a flop, but I would have loved for him to pile it in. He probably just wins 12K.
Oh,
Now he gets out flopped by both players.
Oh
and
my God.
Pennzoil Don and Julian could play a
That was
monster
free-
pot.
This
free
is
runner-up
huge
for you
potentially
for
here.
for like
Top pair,
when
top
did
kicker
you
versus
came
pair and
here?
flush draw.
2 weeks ago? When was the last time? 2 weeks ago?
I was in New York last week.
Now look,
After last time you went to
these
New York,
spots
you
are
went
so
back here?
unique because some players want to play a pair and a flush draw very fast. But when you're squeezed
blog
between
about
3
it?
players
No?
and you have like bluff catchers, these spots you're way ahead or way behind already. So
you
I
like to
think
talk.
some of the default
Not as much as you.
play here is to call.
It's all right if you don't have something good to say. It's better to say it at all.
Wow. Julien announces all in.
I'm actually, you're basically.
Pennzoil Don has 55,000 left behind.
And you just can't fold top pair, top kicker here. When someone jams, I mean, it doesn't feel great. It's a lot of money, but you beat a lot of draws. Your opponent probably doesn't have queens plus because they re-raise pre-flop.
Show that one.
Which one? Hold on a second. What was?
What was that?
You have quinten of club and you want to gamble. You want to
Twice.
Was that agreed upon?
I don't know.
Or
That
nine,
is
10 of club or quinten.
He has 9, 10 of clubs.
Whatever he
typically.
had. He showed me that card. I can't fold.
Yeah, you got.
Not with
Yeah,
the
that.
money, you can't
I
fold.
don't know if he
wanted
let
to
him
call?
pick that or
Julien wants
what.
to gamble.
What's
Julien
the
wants to
money?
gamble.
I don't know if he said yes at all, but that was kind of wild.
Julian is again.
Don sees the 10 of clubs
That's you, though.
and makes the snap call. They're running it twice.
What about that? Well, same hand, really.
Let's see if Julien can catch something here to avoid losing a pot worth $144,000. And Don's hand holds up for the biggest pot of the night.
Even if he showed a 9, I'm still
Wow.
gonna call.
You're not calling.
All in. He put me all in. I had to call.
He's not calling if he sees the 9 of clubs?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, he is.
Either card he showed that I'm calling auto call.
Give him 9.
Never call him if you see a 9.
Either card show I'm calling.
If you see a 9, you're not calling.
Huh?
If you see the 9, I don't think you call.
You must be crazy.
You have a hand that's not
Monster
called. You lock down. You
pot
almost
here.
fold the hand. This is not.
Let him be delusional.
Yeah.
It's fine.
For Pennzoil Don.
Lockdown for what?
If he doesn't say, let you see card, you fold your hand into the fucking mouth.
I was thinking, if someone offer you, would you take it?
Yeah, of course. That's his
I,
fault.
I was thinking put him on that hand. I think I put him on ace 9 of club. That's what I put him on, really.
That one was.
144, like it's nothing. Monster pot for Don. Julien takes a massive hit, and
He shows because he wants to.
Julien had so many outs, couldn't even find it across 4 cards.
He's fucking.
Ah, yeah.
Is a pair and a flush draw? I always want to get all that. I want to
He's still behind. Obviously, you see what happened.
It's almost impossible to lose that twice. You
Ben
just ran
Braden.
You never lose that twice.
It's supposed to
Harry,
be
I see your periods in the
he's got
chat as
like
well.
literally
You guys exist too. Thanks for joining.
Is the guy is trying to comment how I play
Yeah.
with how he played today?
I just gave you. Come on, I said you sick. You
I have a
want it.
question.
I didn't.
Compared to
Don't try
Hey,
to
hey.
tilt someone else
Don't
after
get
you lost
so
the
mad.
point.
Don't get so mad.
I was on your
He
defense.
feels like a dolphin. It's so
He
soft.
was saying that,
You like the
giving you
action.
credit.
I
You
give you
like the
credit, you
action.
like the
He
action.
gambled.
I think if he see the 9, he fold automatically.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I was giving you credit.
And I also think that this play is not worse than calling with 6s.
You're probably right.
Let's have a poll.
But I think
Julien.
if you shot a little mouth, he's folding. If you shot a little mouth, he's folding like a little girl.
Are you saying shart or what word are you
I don't really know.
Yeah, don't. He's like, his flight is like in 2 hours. He's like, I'm not giving away. He's like lockdown. Same as Braxton. It's the
Are you
same.
leaving tonight?
Yeah, he leaving tonight.
You know, he talked too much, now he leave right now.
Yeah.
This guy talked
How do
too
you
much.
double up? You should get fake mad at you.
Golly.
Yeah. It's okay, doesn't matter. You always win here 100 and donate in the other game every time. You win here and donate
That
that.
boy, look, he loved to scrape the room out of people's
God.
room. Wood.
Now this is the locked up corner.
Yeah. You fucked up, Julian. He showed the 10. I can't fold.
Julian saying everyone's locking it up. These are the winners in front of him now.
We're supposed to chop, actually. I mean, that hand is even money.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
You might favor a little bit. I don't know, but I think it's even money.
Look at this. We got
Because I had no club.
7 people. Everybody in the game in this pot.
Can I get a hand?
Any 9, any 10, and any club.
I'll take
But I'm gambling too.
pocket
Your hand
deuces.
You're a
is
big
that
fucking
hand.
gambler.
Ah, okay, I fold. King 6-4 rainbow.
Sorry, we got Okin who folded. Only one who folded. He was the first one out.
Ben in the chat says top tier commentating as usual. You guys are pros. Love it, Ben. Thank you. Even if you're being sarcastic, I still love you. I respect some sarcasm. Always do. All right, we have lots of checking to get through here. 8,600 in the middle. Quick scan there of the equities tells us that Don has got the best of it, and he also the one betting, and the field thins quickly. But then Royski can't help himself.
He know better than that.
He raises it up.
Little psychology, a little testing the lockup. Are you going to lock it up for real, Don?
6, right?
Don continues.
King on the turn now, trips for Don. He's not going anywhere.
Not really the card you want to keep bluffing on for Royski. If you had a diamond draw, a straight draw, or bottom 2 pair, your hand is severely decreased in value.
How much more you have behind?
Royski tonight, I hate to say it, but he's doing it to himself.
I agree. I think he's just, been off his game tonight, forcing it a little too much. It's one thing you can't do in this game. You can't force it.
All in.
And there comes Don with the jam. Royski with the quick toss.
Nice bluff.
Shows the 3.
Wrong one.
Shows the 3.
Don't tell him, Jim, please. Don't tell him.
He was about to show you like the other card and he showed king by mistake. I know.
No, I showed him the real hand.
No, but you wanted to show the other card and he showed
I
you the king,
intentionally showed him the real hand. I never pick. I just showed him the real hand.
Such an easy game when you get it with your king.
He had the jack. He showed me a jack.
This guy, he loved the bluff.
So yeah, chat, in the last hand, as Eric, our moderator, talks about, Julien did verbalize that it was okay to see 1. But maybe that was sprung upon when Don snap grabbed 1.
That went so quick.
Yeah, I'd have to watch a replay of that to really have an opinion. Because normally if I tell someone, hey, you can see 1, there's a little more banter. Someone just doesn't reach over and grab it. But, hey, it was good for our entertainment. Thanks all chat for joining us. Yes, we are here with you live. I am Tristan Wade with Remco Rinkema. And we see Julien flopping open in his straight draw here. Royski second pair. Carl with only 1% equity against these 2 holdings.
Did you have Julien?
No.
No, I checked.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the check.
Julien going to start betting his 4 to the nuts. And only queen high. Royski going nowhere, as he shouldn't, in position with a bluff catcher candidate. And let's see if Julien's going to unload the clip. You'd prefer to have a club in your hand, but with queen high, makes sense to keep betting. If Royski just floated the flop,
nice.
He could fold.
Right, it's like warm, freezing.
It's right on there. It's right on the top.
It's right on there. That's what she said.
Yeah, that seat is fucking. The first time I played.
These are tough spots with just a pair of 10s. You do have to hold on, and then also hope that your opponent is bluffing.
I feel like no matter who wins, we're going to hear a little bit about this hand.
Deuce of hearts completes the board.
I added 34.
Royski's 10 is best here. Julien misses his straight draw.
I noticed Royski only playing a 3rd pot bit left.
Oh yeah.
So I think this is a really good check by Julien. Julien knows he can't win, but he also knows Royski's not going to fold. So, the book would say go all in with queen high, you can't win. But when your opponent's always going to call, throw the book out. So, well played by both players there.
Are you going to write a book about the playing style we see here on Venetian Poker Live?
I don't think there's you couldn't even write an encyclopedia about this kind of play. I have no explanation for this kind of game other than, you know, a lot of my students who come to me are like, Tristan, the players don't fold and they play too many hands and it's too crazy. And I teach everyone like, hey, just play good starting hands. And if you start with better hands and better fundamentals in them, over time you will beat them up. So, you know, that's what I would recommend in this game. Although with Squid, you can't constantly fold because you have to get in the action. So, you know, that's why this game is so unique.
So it's 800.
And there's 100, 200, 400, 800 now, and Royski looks down at 2 jacks. You're welcome, Harry. Anytime you need a father, I'm here for you. All right. So Royski is getting action here from a couple overcards. Only 1 jack left in the deck. And one of those overcards presents itself from the rival. Be done tonight. Royski's rival. Now these are spots where you want to check your underpairs to a high card. So let's see if Royski has discipline in these multi-way spots. He is in position. So there are some betting you can do here too.
Yeah, I
but
have 60 some left. I can't fold.
You talking about the ace jack hand?
If you're betting all your 10s, your jacks, your queens here, where are your checks coming from? Your check should come from maybe your 9x, maybe some of your weakest king x, and then typically in a vacuum, your queens, jacks, and 10s. So, you know, we get called here, and now we really don't know where we're at.
But I don't think I ever fold.
Maybe.
So surely you have to check now.
Yeah.
Royski's been
Yeah,
off
so
the
he
mark
knows he's
here,
up against big draw or
especially against B-Dun, who he
No,
lost a
I had a
huge one
jack,
to
right?
with
I had
6s.
ace, yeah.
So good to see
But I know
Royski slow
Julien
down
did make a
here.
big play like that.
Yeah,
You
that-
could still
that
beat a
is.
9. You could still possibly beat a 4. There's probably not many bluffs that make it.
Play, right?
And B-Dun does
Yeah,
check.
I mean, he put you in
And
a
a little
spot that you have to
deceptive
make
here.
That this is
I
on
think
every
B-Dun
TV.
should just bet.
Pulling on a fucking
But, you
straight
know, if
draw.
Royski has like a king 10 or a king jack or maybe even like a king 5 or something, you know, maybe B-Dun's a
Not
little
every
worried
single
about getting value
Just in
owned
case
if he
there's
bet his
some
king
lady with
7
babies.
kicker here. So Royski does think he's good with jacks. Gets snapped.
Was it?
He's going to see the bad news.
It's so tight. I can't believe I bet the river. It's so tight. Oh. Can't believe I bet the river. It's so bad.
That's how you make extra 5,000. You didn't bet the river. He bet for you, right?
It's so tight.
No reason for me to bet.
No reason if I check back jack
Only
right now?
2 winners in the game
So that
right
would've been a
now,
smart thing to
which
do.
is wild.
That would be the smart thing to do.
What are you getting value from there? What's calling you?
You have a 9, you call.
What's calling you?
You have a 9, you call.
Stop.
You call 9.
But I didn't.
Get a king if you're a 9.
If my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle.
100%.
She would be.
I think she'd
Or
be your aunt with
A
a dick.
tranny. My tranny aunt.
Your Trent?
Trent.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Your aunt had
Royski a little
dick, you'd be
flustered.
Jenner.
Thinking his opponent would bet a king on the river and then call with a 9 on the river, but that was reversed. Mimo says, it's hilarious to me that people create a business of teaching poker. Well, you know, people like to learn stuff, and in a game where you
wanna
can
win,
make
Ryan?
money,
No, I don't want it this way.
why not?
Really? How many times have you lost when
Could
I
be a
swear?
valuable skill. Carl, 2 10s with money in front of him. We have seen Carl, you know, not want to squeeze his big hands in those spots. Let's see if it hurts him here. He's still good.
King again here on the turn. Royski just seemingly can be checked to at any point, and he will eventually pull the trigger.
It's snapped by Carl.
3 of diamonds on the river. Carl checks to get the showdown. He's going to show pocket tens and take this one down. Royski's getting quieter and quieter, understandably so. It's not been his night. Harry in the chat says, I'm the pocket jacks of the family. I find that kind of funny, actually. Let us know in the chat, what poker hand are you in the family? Tristan, are you the aces of the family?
My sister might say that. You're the favorite child, Tristan. No, I'm just kidding. You're the golden boy.
Golden boy. Is she older or younger?
She's a little bit older. We're Irish twins. She's about 15 months older than me.
Oh wow!
So she was taking care of me. Shout out to my sister. She's looking out after me for since we've been born. I don't know, man. I could be the 7 deuce suited in my family too. You never know.
You've had a phase on that cruise ship. You were.
Luckily, my family wasn't there to see me.
Just the first one. After that, you don't have to show. But if you don't show on the first one, you don't get a button.
Well, I'm maybe like the 10-8 suited. I'm pretty to look at sometimes, but then I completely whiff the flop and I can't win. But then other times I might make a straight flush.
Right.
So you never know, Remco. What about you? What's your hand classification?
I'm probably like an ace king. Not quite there, but we're drawing pretty well. We got some options.
It's good to hear. David says he's 10-7 of hearts. Okay. Braden, king 5-0 offsuit.
Oh, boy.
It's his favorite hand. Spicy.
L-Dude says, I feel like B-Don reads these guys like a book. I mean, Braxton has been making hands at the right time, but he's also been able to get value from all those hands. And that's, I think, the thing you can sort of praise him the most for, is that he knows his customers very well.
And speaking of your birth certificate here.
There it is, ace king. B-Don, no hesitation. And Royski reloaded for 60,000, and given how, actually that's not 60,000, he has less. He's got about 28, 30K in front of him. So a little whiff there on the graphic, so 30K deep there. I was gonna say, especially against B-Don, I feel as though Royski could again get sucked into a big pot, but he does lay this one down as we see David flop a 5.
Yeah, David in position, backdoor flush draw, bottom pair. Now, in dire need. Be done with top 2. Comfortably coming with a value bet. Yeah, we got a lot of money in play now, folks. Maybe a little tiredness.
I said deal him out.
I heard that too.
Coming
No, I'm
over
kidding.
the table. But anytime a chance to needle Roy comes into play.
You want to straddle?
Roy straddles from outside the room.
He knew something was
talked
there.
less today. He's very alert.
He's been thinking his whole life.
He talked less today.
She just opened the door and said, I straddle. Yo me, yeah. My wife also. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
David, the ladies in the hole.
Just gonna make it 3,000. Let's see if he can find someone to tangle with here. Maybe Okin with the 9-8 suited. Okin's been looking for a way to make some money. It's not been his night.
Did you say call, call, call?
Is it on me?
Not yet.
instead of just one customer, he's getting multiple, and this also sucks Carl into it. So now we have a sizable pot going to the flop. David's queens a touch vulnerable, I want to say, against 3 opponents, and he's already looking at the sky thinking, man, just one opponent would have been nice. We see Jack, Jack, 9, and that is very safe for pocket queens.
And you do see queens check back.
Oh.
Just a little scared, I guess,
Yikes.
maybe,
Check.
of the Jack-Jack existence, but with an overpair, maybe wanting to shed some equity. But Okin gonna bet now, thinking he's best with jacks and 9s. Now added equity for Okin with a straight draw.
Okin the one betting. David with the call, and now Steve with a decision as well.
Wearing his emotions on his sleeve.
Yeah,
here.
he's making quite a bit of facial expressions for someone who is yet to decide.
6, 7, 8, 9. He's counting in his head right now. But if that 10 comes, Queen King can beat you, Queen 8 can beat you, so maybe you just want to bail here. But he will peel.
All right, almost 30,000 to fight for. This could still go many different ways. And it's a complete blank on the river. David with queens looking very good.
Now I imagine Okin wants a check now. And if that happens, David has a green light to get value as played with these queens.
Gets checked to David.
Green light, engine started.
It's nice to see David not hesitating, knowing that this is a good spot for him to get value.
And it is a little scary. You're up against 2 opponents who called the turn. Sure, somebody could have a jack, but when you check back the flop, you're more worried about Okin having a jack here, although Steve was the overcaller. But Steve maybe has some ideas. Nope, just posturing. Okin now with the bluff catcher. David could have a slow play jack. David could have a hand like he has. So Okin does let it go.
Hey, give me 3, Julian.
All right, squids being paid off by Julien.
Give me 200.
Once again, thanks everyone for tuning in. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you all for hanging out.
Give me 200.
Do you know the sound a squid makes?
I don't think squids make sounds,
3,
right?
3.
It's like
Yeah, 300.
What, just because they're underwater, they don't make
supersonic?
noise?
You're so fucking bad.
Like, well, I mean, I guess the only underwater
Can you
sounds
promise me to
are,
pass this?
what is it called, supersonic or something? Like dolphins, you know, they make a little kick, 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 kick.
Almost.
Eric in the chat says $790,000 in play. All right, almost $1 million on the table.
In the big black.
Dolphins using echolocation. You heard about that, right? That's what it is. Echolocation, echolocation.
Echo probably, yeah. I do the same thing when I have to use the bathroom in the middle of the night. I don't want to turn the lights on.
Yeah? Well, what does that sound like?
It usually sounds like me stubbing my toe or almost dying because I trip over a toy that my dog left somewhere in the pathway.
Remco too sharp. I tried to bait him in with what sounds do a squid make, but obviously squids do not make any recognizable sounds. Cam asks, what is squid? Squid basically means it's a side game where the players play where you have to win a pot and show your hand. You have 10 hands to do so. If you don't win one of those buttons to the right of the dealer, within the 10 hands you owe each player $300 per button. So you lose $2,700, $3K, you know, if it's 10 hands. So it's basically an added ante. And we do see Okin here top pair, top kicker, and he's got Pennzoil Don going hard in the paint right now with 7 high, drawing dead because he's trying to win a squid button. And Okin,
just with a flat, trying to make his hand look like a draw, or at least weaker than it is. B-Don out of the way. Let's see what Don does on the river if a spade doesn't come off. And it's the 6 of diamonds on the river. Check mark there for Okin, who is out of position, and he checks again. Well done by Okin.
Don blocks 3-5, which is the nuts. And Don has a tight image, but will he put in a lot of money here? 35K almost in the middle. Is he a big bluffer?
Oh,
He
wow.
is a big
He's
bluffer.
going for the big stack.
I'm actually roping.
Huge
the
bluff
right
here from
time.
Don.
I'm roping during the
Oh my God, he goes for pot size.
Yeah.
By the looks of it,
in the NFR, but there's a big roping at South Point during
40,000
Me and my brother roped.
is the bet from Don with 7 high, and Okin now with
So I'll
ace king.
do that. I go the
He's got a
NFR
tough
beer,
call,
and
but he
then
also
I'll
knows he
stay and
can't
play
fold.
poker.
I'm with you.
Y'all do pretty good?
I mean, we see Pennzoil Don 7-3.
I had. Yeah.
You got to have some bluff catchers in your range. Top pair, top kicker seems like a good one. But do you really expect someone to go this
Upper
crazy?
Intermediate, you know what I mean? I'm a 5-header. He's an 8+ dealer.
Really? Good fold, bro.
No way!
Good fold.
Okin
That's a
folds
bad
ace
fold.
king. He's getting shown the bad news, and Don gets
Royski
away
now
with
for your
murder.
I don't know what he got. I just saw it really.
What a bluff!
What a bluff.
I know I had to go 40. Anything less, you fucking call.
Okin is dying on the inside right now. There is steam coming out of those ears.
He know action.
I didn't know what he had.
That's
Huh?
Pennzoil Don's image getting him a fold there.
Wow.
Wow,
Don
look
with a
at
big
that
smile.
smile.
Yeah, that's
Good fold to 7 high. No pair, no draw.
Wow.
that's something else.
Think about doing 20, but he fucking called 20 for sure.
And he would have called 20 for sure.
Oh yeah.
1,000.
That button expensive. Almost cost me fucking 65K. I'm going for that one.
And now look, Queen Jack hits the
Raise.
muck on the cutoff.
Fold.
Two clubs.
Ten, 7, 5, 2 clubs.
Case 5.
Oh yeah, set for David. Ace on the turn. David hoping that Julien connected there, but he did not.
What is that? 5?
Fives, yes.
Is
One
this
pair.
set or no?
Ali in the chat says, best bluff of the night. Yes, indeed.
Is it David? Good to see you. Time in there. Please and thanks.
Back to back.
You won again.
Appreciate you, Cody.
Thank you, everybody.
Ben says Okin just stares off into space when he's tilted. Yeah,
What do
he's
you have?
probably accessing his mind, his mental,
He's steaming.
to wonder why he pieced together a fold there. But there's always that what if, right? What if someone's bluffing me? What if? And sometimes you just take that out of the equation.
He put out another 100K, so.
No.
But in this game, poker, no limit hold'em,
Roy, you're the button.
It's okay.
there
no,
should
no
always be a
easy.
what if.
Let's go.
But he has the first card.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go
It's
ahead.
okay. Keep going.
That means this is not a straddle.
Harry asks, what does Okin put Don on? Hard to lay down top.
And why do
You know, the way that hand played out, I believe it was a small raise pre-flop, you know, normal raise, whatever, 1,200. Multiple callers. So you just expect someone to have 2 pair, expect someone to have a set, expect someone to, you know, have a value hand. You just don't expect them to just go crazy multi-way, betting
gonna have to
into
fix
2
this
players
board.
on the turn with 0 equity and then firing a huge bluff on the river. So, you know, it makes sense that Okin folded a really good hand because you just expect that someone's just not bluffing. So they could have, you know, on the button there, Don, he could have been playing any 2 offsuit cards where he just has like 2 pair with a king or whatever.
Two of you check.
Okay, huge hand here. 3-bet by B-Don Ace-king suited. David flops bottom 2. And we have fireworks, folks.
Oops, sorry.
I love the fast play by David here with bottom 2. If you're beat on, you kind of hold on here to start. In case your opponent has Jack 9, in case they have Queen Jack or Queen King. And we see added equity from B done. I do like David's check on that turn.
15, 1-5.
And after David checks the turn, makes a good savvy bet here, and this might get paid off. So I really love how David's played this hand. And B done has a bluff catcher.
Nice.
David shows the 10-8, gets a great bit of value here, wins a pot worth $65,000, and he's made his presence known here to the players at the table. Quietly, David. I don't think he said a word yet, but he's letting the chips do the talking.
Oh, we got.
Is this flipper?
It's just. This is just like sad. This is a sad zoom in. Although we see 250K in front of him, this is sad.
He's got a pile of chips, but he will be going to bed tonight with nightmares of that 7-3.
Look at all the money on this table.
There's so much money on the table. It's crazy.
Okin just folding Queen 10 off there.
Tilt fold.
He's just tilted. He's got text. Maybe he's, whatever he's doing as beat on wins one.
Thank God. Thank God.
But Okin's a little checked out, you can see.
Now we can welcome Braxton to the game. Finally, officially welcome Braxton to the game.
Why is that?
Yeah. Huh?
Green tea time?
Pablo just beat him with a shitty 2-pair when he had ace-king. The very next hand, he just pop it up for 5,000 with 6-7 off.
Thank
Anyone in the chat
Fine.
with
Now
some
I'm tempted to
plans
put
for
another 100
tomorrow?
on the table.
Kind of curious to hear if anyone's playing some cards, perhaps
The gates
going to a
are
football
open.
game. We got game 1 of
I'm steaming,
Blue Jays
you're
Mariners.
steaming.
As a former Toronto resident,
Okin's
I'm very
steaming.
stoked to see the Jays
Braxton is steaming.
back
We have like
with a playoff run.
4 people steaming. Brian is definitely steaming. Look, stole the chips.
Do you think Roy's losing his mind from the bad session, and now he's turning it into laughter instead of being quiet, which I do respect. Sometimes you just got to laugh away the pain.
Yeah, he's also trying to get under other people's skin here, it seems. Deflecting. My dad calls it deflecting.
Okay,
right?
yeah,
Whenever
yeah.
you're piling up on someone and everyone's giving you crap, you got to deflect. So that's what we see. The best of it for David. My eyes don't. Nope. Okin with the best of it. Top pair, excuse me. Royski double gutter.
Can always count on Royski to do the betting here.
And Okin looking like a hitman now. He looks like he's
Cold.
he's cold-blooded. He zipped up the polo. He's got, covering the neck. He's not playing around anymore.
Okin makes it 8,000. That should clear the field. Back to Royski.
Royski really can't fold this hand right now.
Oh,
But he goes all in.
Royski with the jam, and Okin now with the snap call.
The hitman not playing now. It's not 52K. I'm pretty sure it's about 20-something K.
Ace queen against 8.
Yeah, we believe that Royski reloaded for 30,000, not 60. So this pot a little smaller than it looks right now. Running it twice here. Okin wins the first board. King or a 9 needed for Royski to claim half. Drawing very slim here. 6 on the river. Okin wins it twice, and
Good guess, though. Good guess.
this pot, a big one, heading towards
Ace king
Okin.
versus 3/8. Is that what you said?
Oh my God, you find out your voice again? Like, you feel better, maybe,
No.
suddenly?
No.
Oh, okay.
Royski, disheveled, distraught, disheartened.
Yes, thank you.
It's a fucking massive flop.
Oh, thank you.
You decided to go banana with ace-9 and just...
What do you mean bananas? You have fucking no money.
Yeah, I
there's
wish I had
fucking
50K.
10K
I
in the
shove
pot.
anyway the 50K. Whatever I have behind.
Okay, well, I might not have raised if you had 50K.
Oh, no,
Channel
there's
80
no
says,
7 players
tomorrow
behind
I'm
me.
going to have some Nando's Peri Peri.
Okay,
Should be
right.
good. I love
There's
Nando's.
There's 3 players.
right.
behind
Always when I'm in London.
Fairway,
I got to get
Braxton,
myself
and Don
some.
all had a hand. But it's a good raise with ace now.
That was a good bet.
I mean, I was
It's a
ready to
4
go with my
people.
hand for it.
And Royski now with jacks.
It
Fresh
always
off
makes
the
kids
reload.
Yeah.
Unhappy and uncomfortable when mommy and daddy are fighting. They just go in the room and close the door.
Who's mommy, who's daddy?
We know who his sister is.
I have my idea about it.
I don't know who's bold like a dolphin.
A massive flop, I can't.
Dolphin. That's a good one.
Massive flop.
You're open-ended.
That's massive. When you start words, that's on an
9-7
ace
deuce
there, on
with
the
2
fucking
diamonds.
rainbow.
Jacks for Royski
I had the 9.
are well out in front.
That wasn't good.
You had a blocker.
Right.
Did you say raise?
Bet, whatever you want to call it.
Is it Jacks or King Jack? I can't see the Jack.
Royski
He raised himself.
with one of the first hands of the night that he wins on the flop. Usually gets tons of resistance.
Yeah, no action when he got a big hand there. We see him reaching back into his bag. Maybe gonna reload a bit more. Look, when you get stuck 6 figures or whatever it is, you gotta just keep piling more money onto the table. So when you do double up,
Right.
you're even. But we'll see as he does some accounting.
Carl now just casually making it 1400, looking for a squid button. We see the raises get bigger as the squid game draws closer to the end each time.
Actually, maybe. I had the
What's that?
I said, like Brian always liked to empty his thing as his mind. It's almost empty.
You have a buy-in left in there? You might as well just empty the.
Yeah, I was just
clip.
about to say, yeah.
See the
5 to
clip?
the flop,
Can't-
and
you
not
can't
even a
rebuy
top
anyway.
20 hand here for anybody. But
Well, keep
Pennzoil
the
Don
buy-in.
flops the nut flush
Take 20 off.
with a straight flush
15.
redraw. It's
Three.
got everyone drawing dead.
Not the nut flush, jack high flush.
Excuse me. Yeah, sorry.
But in this game, it might as well be the nut flush.
Yeah, only David with any equity here, and it all hits the muck.
Got some action here right away. Again, 2K a piece here. 3-way action on Deuce 5 queen with 2 spades. Carl flops a set. Case 5 there, as B-Dun has backdoor spades. David with backdoor hearts. And that's all these guys need sometimes.
What are you trying to figure out?
Oh, just. I thought for a second I had 9.
Kind of
like, no, we don't.
impossible for B-Dun to fold. He's
Yeah.
got a pair. He's got backdoor
Yeah.
nut flush draw. David turns second pair now.
Carl is just gonna hope and pray that someone has something. And look at this, he's just gonna bet 20,000. Just like Moose, when these guys have it, they just want to sort of either shut it down or get paid. No risks being taken here. Nobody
What was that? A set?
with a chance to hit their draw.
Yeah, I guess sometimes in Squid Game that can be understandable. People just think you're screwing around and you need to win a button. But yeah, maybe that prices some customers out too who are drawn really thin.
I think you paid a squeeze today at least.
Almost every time.
At least like 15 times.
Almost every time.
You like down like 40K in squid.
More.
More?
Probably.
It's insane. Steve like down 50. He got stacked by paying squid. I never saw someone pay 50K in squid in one night. It's insane.
Julien and B-Dun maybe about to have a confrontation.
Roy, you like the squid?
Huh?
You like the squid game?
I like it.
What's the biggest you ever played? 500?
I played 1,000.
Yeah, me too. It's pretty rough on 1,000. You got a 5.
I got actually
you got a 5.
I had 6 in 1,000 with 3 losers.
Really?
That's sweet. So I was 18 paid 18K.
Still heads up.
No, but I think 300 it's like perfect. 3,000 max loss.
3 to 5, kid.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Steve Bismarck.
Delays the fold a little bit.
I think it's exactly what you down today. It's just from the squid. That's it. Your loss was actually what you paid in
No,
squid.
I think I would be up without the squid.
Mm.
Six.
Okay, B-Dun opening a trash hand. Julien,
I'll give you Don. That was a good
King
job.
4 suited comes with a 3-bet.
I would fold for you also. If I had a king, I would fold for you.
Julien again with one of those trademark sort of isolation raises. His hand is not too strong, but he's just using position, try and apply pressure, build a pot.
Look at this B-Dun continuing, 8-6.
I had no other choice.
8-6 on 7-9 looks pretty
I
decent.
go for the button. I'm the first one.
I feel like Julien, every time he has like a bluff type hand, it's never like a one street deal.
You did not.
It's always like required to bluff multiple
16, no,
streets.
someone make it 16.
No,
Yeah. Somebody made it 16.
I call.
Not that hand, but another hand.
Yeah.
Yes. That hand, it was a limp.
200.
The 7-3?
200.
No, I make it 6,000. Try to steal the
4,000 and a
goddamn
check
pot.
raise to 11,000.
Maybe.
Yes.
No.
Pre-flop,
Julien
I make
wants
it
to go.
6,000.
I'm not really sure.
I'll bet you 1,000. I remember
I'll
now.
bet you 1,000.
All right.
Can you give me
All
some?
right.
I bet also. I bet also.
All right.
Can you give me
I raise the pre-flop that
I bet
7-3.
5,000.
Okay.
5,000.
No, I bet 1,000 already.
5,000.
Somebody.
All right.
5,000
I will
David.
also, on 2,000, I'll give you 5 to 1.
No. I bet 1,000. I raise it pre-flop. That's what I
Give
think.
us
I
the
bet
2,000.
5,000.
Give us the 2,000.
Call Matt out here.
Can I have that? Thanks. All right.
So what's up? Give me 3. Steve, give me 3.
Do you want any more action on it?
No.
'Cause I know that you didn't.
Is it over? How many losers? 2 losers?
If you, do you want to concede now, and I'll give you $50 back?
Fuck no.
I had ace king,
probably grabbed it.
and I was
bet I did.
looking to limp re-raise.
Yes.
I lead out and bet 6,000.
No.
probably right. Yeah, I think I grabbed it.
I will give you
When they were pushing
$50
the
back, so we don't have to bother Matt.
No, we're going to bother Matt. I don't mind.
I had ace king, and I went to limp re-raise,
No, they gotta pay us.
and nobody raised.
No, I'm telling you, I lead out and bet it.
Are you
I
talking
lead
about
on the
pre-flop?
flop. Yeah, on the flop.
This
I lead
is
out and bet it.
interesting.
Yeah, I lead out and bluff the flop.
I think you can win arguments by just talking louder, right?
Obviously,
The
look.
loudest player wins.
I lead out and bet the flop 6,000. I told you.
Now you're wrong again. You bet the flop 3,000.
I bet the
3,000.
flop something like that. I bet the flop. I try to buy
Roy-
a pot.
And I called.
Roy should really consider speaking louder.
And I called. And then you bet
I
40,000.
told you
and
I lead out,
folded.
try to pick up the pot.
Okay, but we bet that you.
You said you raised
pre-flop.
pre-flop. Yeah, you said you raised pre-flop. That was the bet.
But then you win. But I know I lead out. I lead out, try to buy the
You
pot.
didn't even lead
On
out.
the flop.
There is 4 checks to you. You behind the button.
Can you shut the fuck
Stop.
I was under the
You're
gun.
not listening, man.
One
On
guy-
the flop, I lead out and bet it. I know I bet
Julien
big on the
had the
flop.
button. Julien had the button. You right before the button.
No, he was the button.
No, Julien had the button.
Talking about, I am the button, I think.
He was the button.
Julien was the button, but Julien was
I am the button, I think.
Unbelievable.
He didn't lead out. There was check,
Mind
check,
you, we're
check,
talking
and
about
then
the
he bet
hand.
3,000.
I bet it. I try to buy
Don
it.
Okin
I try to
folded
buy
ace
it
king.
again,
Yes, and
and I
Don
try to.
bluffed
I
him.
pound the river too. I told you I bet it 3 times.
But you definitely didn't raise pre-flop.
Oh,
Then maybe you're right. If that's what you bet, then you win. But I knew I lead out and fucking bet it.
I'm like, you gonna keep my button and everything.
I lead out and bet it.
I'm just.
Straddle is on.
You bet 3 on the flop, which was like pot or a little more than
No,
pot.
it was way 3 into 1,000. He bet
Yeah,
3.
okay, it was more than pot.
Something like that. I bet.
Yeah.
I bet big. I will bet it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there
Then
we
turn-
have
You
the
fold
action.
ace king there.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to learn how to do that. I wouldn't lose the big pot today. I didn't fold that shit.
Yeah, you call a lot. I think you call like 12,000 on the flop. Didn't you?
On the turn.
He called 12K in
You
the
had
turn.
top, right? It was a king.
Yeah. It was a limp pot,
Yeah, yeah.
5 ways.
I could easily have it set
I
at 2
mean,
pair.
We're still on this?
Pretty easy, yeah.
Yeah, I would fold also.
And then I'm donkeying up. No one, everybody
I
shut
just
down
felt
there.
stupid to
Royski
call.
makes a 1,400 after beat on
Everybody
the
was
limp.
shut down there
My
after you
obvious
called it
hand.
After the
12,000.
straddle,
Bluff answer, that's all.
Yeah.
It's hard to call on the limp.
Steve with the
It was
quick
a good
call.
bluff.
No, I think everyone there would have stopped. But
Huh?
We
everyone
see you,
there
AC
probably
Phil.
stopped after you called the 12,000 on the turn.
We don't
I
ignore
was hoping
anyone
you would
here.
stop.
I can't do
Or
it.
maybe bet something.
I bet anything less you call.
Queen, queen, queen.
That's why I'm debating. You see, I grab out
Nobody
25 and then
with
I
quads.
grab another 15. No
Nobody
fucking
with
way this
quads,
guy
but everyone with
folding
trips.
for this amount.
What'd you bet on the river? 40?
40. Yeah. I originally think bet 25. I keep thinking, and like, man, this is too light.
Yeah, he calls 20.
Oh, he's calling the 25 too, I think.
Yeah, probably.
I don't
He almost called the 40.
Steve, good float here with
I
ace
didn't
high
really
in
almost
position.
call. I thought about it.
beating
I was
Royski's
just like, how
bluffs.
can I call?
you
And
can't
how
call
could you
one.
be bluffing? I mean, yeah, no, you can be bluffing. That's why I was thinking. Because there's the.
But a limp pot is
the
hard.
Squid Game.
Limp pot is hard.
Royski does turn a
15
flush
people
draw,
can
which
do
is
it.
good, even though the board is queen, queen, queen. A 10-6 or
It was
club.
Roy hand, he folds
That's
faster.
not the ace of clubs or 4 clubs
So do
would
we
do
need
it
to
for
ask Matt
Royski.
or what? You let me know. I'm telling you, I had ace king. I'm looking
Bruh,
for
if
Four.
you say
Steve
so, I think
makes a
it works
full
for me.
house.
I know I bet it.
on the flop.
And Royski with 10 high,
Like I
he
pound
does
it,
just
but
give
You
up.
might be right pre-flop. I was unbuttoned.
Yeah.
And Steve
I
even
don't
bets
know.
his 4.
Ask Matt, man. We bet anyway.
All right.
I want clarification.
Steve was ahead the
we
whole
bet
way,
it.
of course.
If I lose, I lose. I lose.
No problem. I'll ask him.
Clearly.
Good recognition there from Steve.
No, but your ace was it.
But he doesn't show the table. So the dealer holds the button. He did show Royski though.
Yeah.
So what's that?
But look how the dealer's
You
just
didn't show
ruthless.
your hand, Steve.
Just to him.
Show it just to me.
Wow.
Oh,
The
does that count?
dealer.
I love that.
I do too.
He's done that to me one.
Because
Yeah, top 2.
most dealers would look to someone else, but the dealer is supposed to run the game.
You guys saw the card?
So kudos to him.
Yeah, I saw him.
Although, you
see
know,
anything.
maybe Royski could advocate for his comrade next to him and say, I saw it, he had this.
He has no interest in
He
that.
doesn't. Look, this is feast or famine in this game.
Put that damn hand on your Instagram.
So 2 buttons now
Right
to be
that
had,
shit.
it seems, in this pot. I imagine, right? That's how they do it?
Yeah, I believe so. Jack 9-8 here. Royski flops a straight. $1,200 is the bet. And when he wants it the most, he gets absolutely no action.
Okay, only one squid button in there, so I guess no doubles.
I don't blame Brian out for that. That was disgusting.
What was?
The 40K that don't bet on the river or whatever. Bet 40K, I think. 42.
That was a big bet.
1,000.
I was jumping into the get to that bet. I said, let's bet 5,000. Let's bet 5,000. You know,
I wanted to give 5.
Steve now.
Fucked up.
Two queens.
You knew you was right, huh?
3
Of
bets.
course I knew you were wrong. You saw it. I said, okay, let's bet 5,000. What do you want? I knew you were wrong, 100%.
I didn't remember, but I never.
David, ace jack in there. B-done in there with the other ducks.
Brian was
Now I think he's right because I
No
know that on
duck
the
will
flop
be
it comes to the
flopping
king of
here,
diamond. I lead
as
out
they're
over
all
with the
dealt
pot,
pre-flop.
big,
Yeah.
and a pound.
Royski and
spades,
David
I
in
had
search
the
of
king
some
of spades.
overcards
Yeah.
to best Steve's
King of
queens.
diamond. I remember king of diamond.
And he somehow gets 4 callers
Oh,
here.
so you have backdoor flush draw.
Yeah,
Wow.
if it hit. but it
So many
didn't.
ways to
Turns-
lose here.
turns
Oh,
to
but instead,
BS.
you find
Like
top
king,
set.
7, 4 deuce or something.
If there's any hand you're going to trap with, folks, if you learn one thing from me today, the one hand you could trap with is top set. But maybe in a game like this where you got 4 callers, you don't have to trap because on these boards, someone's likely to have king 10, king jack, 7-8, 10-7, 8-5. There's so many straight draws here, you know, that someone could have. But we see nobody has anything in that sort in this hand, and that's maybe why you want to check back top set sometimes.
Yeah.
everybody else in the table with 4 lots. So how are you going to?
Is this top set?
But that's just sometimes poker, right? You have the best hand. You need someone else to have something.
Every hand is set.
And just somehow nobody had a draw.
Not the hand against me.
That's fucked up.
Roy's hand wasn't a set either against me.
Roy got a big hand there. Those ace 9.
Phil says, I
Yeah,
feel
big
Steve's
hand.
image is obvious. Are the players wrong for giving him action? I don't think so. You know, they're trying to crack him there. But, you know,
Big hand.
even a blind squirrel finds a nut. Hey, Julien, 2 8s. Royski, 8-6 suited. Carl, ace-4 suited. Be done, 2 5s. I mean, this game is just ridiculous. Now, what is Julien going to do? He's going to call 2. Okay, we have just another 12.5K pot, 4 ways, pre-flop, 3-bet pot. What's new?
Let's say some middling cards here. We see Jack 10-10 instead.
Julien with the best of it. We know Royski just likes to bluff into multiple players, but he slows down.
7 of spades on the turn.
Oh, baby.
Now Royski and Carl both with flush draws.
And Julien with added equity as well.
12-4 in the middle. Lots of checking.
I am okay. Okay, Carl.
6,000 now from Carl, betting on the draw. Could have taken a free river card, but instead putting the pressure on.
And look at this development.
Oh, wow. B-Done sniffing out nonsense here. And look at this. Royski gets saved by the check raise. Carl now having to call another 8,000, and he does. So we're going to see a river card. B-Done in the small blind. He's going to be first to act. And the ace hits on the river. Carl now pairs up. But what is B-Done going to come with? Are we supposed to be jamming here?
That seems gross. I mean, once you get called here, Queen King gets there, Ace X gets there. Your opponent could already had a slow played 10. Who knows? This seems like a give up to me on this river. But I don't know, Remco. I really don't. I mean, you can't love having Ace 4 of spades here. Your opponent's really having like a 10 or a straight. I mean,
Right.
there were a lot of draws present. Diamonds now get there. You know, I was going to say this is kind of working out perfectly for B Dunn leading into the river. He got better hands to fold, and then he got called by a worse hand that was drawing. But now when that hand improves, now what? I have no advice here. But what is B Dunn representing on the turn? Trips, maybe a straight, and he gives up.
I would give up. I have nothing.
Carl shows the ace that he paired on the river, and B Dunn realizing, man, if that river was just a blank and this goes check, check, he still wins it.
Where'd you find that card? Wow.
Funeral.
I make a good play. And he fucking calls and gets there.
You got nut flush draw.
I'm aware.
Did you have a pair?
All right, here's a look
Did you have a
at
pair?
some of the numbers. Pennzoil Don, the big winner. B Dunn,
But
for the first time tonight, taking quite a bit of a hit here, but look at that. Royski and Julien getting crushed tonight.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, some nights is not your night, and these two have had a rough go at it.
Oh, yeah.
We've also seen them on the other side of the coin plenty of times, but this one is going to be hard to stomach.
I'm not folding.
But do you win then?
I win the first board. I don't know what will be the second board.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh.
That's probably yours. Yeah, I think so.
Ace king. So you save money.
Yeah.
What a game. I mean, if you're in a game and someone's stuck over 100,000 and
Yeah.
they have 100,000 in front of them,
I know.
you got to be in a pretty great game. You know, granted, people have a lot of money, right? You know, whatever.
Do you have Okin favorite hand? With eights?
I had a pair.
Huh?
I had a pair.
Big flop David here. Top pair, nut flush draw. Free rolling Okin.
You may have what? I'm sorry.
Let's see what other players have here, because other players do have some equity. Carl with a queen, Pennzoil Don with bottom pair and a backdoor flush draw. I would have liked to see Pennzoil Don call there.
It's your first time?
2K to win 14K. You got king six of clubs. You could hit a six. You could hit a king. You could hit club for the nuts. But maybe he knew the deuce of diamonds was coming on the turn. Okin going to keep betting top pair. This is spicy. And David can never fold this hand. Even in the face of a pot-sized bet. You're drawn to the nuts. You got top pair. You beat bluffs.
Just makes the call here. Free roll for David. A heart would be another dagger for Okin, but instead we're looking at a chop here. But this is a situation where one of the aces might be forced to fold.
Yeah, the way Okin played this hand, I mean, he bet the flop multi-way small. Okay, whatever, gauging. The turn he bet big, so I feel like he was trying to maybe get better hands to fold. But okay, we're just going to go to showdown.
All right, chop it up, boys.
Wow. Wow. What the fuck?
David with a beautiful free roll that doesn't come in.
Big flop.
He done
for
raised.
Carver.
He would pull your move.
Not for me?
Not really. No.
No, that's good. Thank you. All right, this one has 2 squids now. Yep.
Okay, so maybe what Okin was doing was squid hunting in that last pot.
Yeah.
Wow. That makes a bit more sense.
That's a
Now we
free
got
one.
2 in this pot now.
I didn't even get the squid, though.
You escaped. You saw it, right?
I did. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone,
Because
for
you seem
joining
like
us
you're complaining.
tonight
I'm
on
joking,
this
bro.
beautiful Saturday night. I'm Tristan Wade with Remco Rinkema.
Indeed. As always, enjoying the action here on Venetian Poker Live. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you're watching us on Poker Go, please subscribe to the Venetian Poker Live YouTube channel. We have daily content posted. We have shorts from all different kinds of games. We have highlights. We got everything going on there on the channel. And we are also, you know, coming at you every Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So join us again next week as well, obviously. I've heard, Tristan, I can't name any names here on the broadcast. But I was talking to Brian Okin this week. He told me some names that will be featured in the coming weeks that have never played before, and it's exciting.
Ooh, baby. Never played poker before? that'd be something. You get someone who doesn't even know the rules of No Limit Hold'em to appear on a stream.
What time we finish filming?
That's exciting.
All right, we got King 10 here. Okin decides to slow down. B-Dun is always eager to go for a steal.
I gotta go after the squid.
Now these are Okin's best bluff catchers, the ace-jack, ace-queen type hands, because you have added equity with a straight draw.
More hands at other times.
Now, of course, you would rather like a flush draw with it too, but you know, just in case you're up against someone who has nothing, or even if they're betting a 10 here, you got plenty of equity. So, got to continue. We see Okin with the check mark now, unless he concedes in some fashion. B-Dun coming with the double barrel. This is like so spicy because Queen Jack gets there, Ace Jack, Ace Queen get there. A king could have already been in the range. A 10 might pick up equity like 10 Jack, 10 Queen. And you just have 7 high or 8 high. You don't block any of that stuff. So that's a really spicy bluff here. And now B-Dun just must check. He can beat like the Jack X of spades or Queen X of spades if somehow Okin had something like that.
Okin wins another one and, you know, undoes some of the bleeding from earlier. Still reeling and extremely quiet from folding to Pennzoil Don, but at least he is able to win a few.
Gets 2 squid buttons there, and he is winning in the game, actually. He is up.
Well, judging by his facial expressions, he looks like he's stuck.
He's a competitor. He doesn't like someone windmilling a bluff in his face for a 100K pot, or what could have been a 100K pot.
30 minutes. Time to go.
Tomorrow. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Also, there's a strategy you can take. I'll explain it to you.
I'm really appreciative.
Napoli, I believe something like that is what happened between Don and Julien. Julien said you could look at one card and, you know, Don just flipped one over instantly,
I
I
see
believe.
that I'm next level poker player, so.
We're talking about
David,
chess.
get crafty here, going after the squid button with 10-3.
It's like, why, you're betting because you're playing. I'm a level ahead of you guys. Obviously, I have to bet.
That was a good bet. I'll give you that.
B-Dun with the call.
Everybody has to have nothing, always? I know. Someone could have a 9.
7-7-4. That is much better for 6-5 than it is for 10-3.
Indeed. Also helps having position.
Ace on the turn. Let's see if David uses this card to his advantage, given the fact that he is the pre-flop raiser. $7,000 here from David. Yeah, wow. He's just
this looks like spicy, right? But in a balanced world, you do want to have some of these open-ended straight draws continue and realize their equity into the river for this exact scenario. My opponent's just double barreling. They have to give the gig up. I have to have some weaker equity hands that can get paid if my opponent does have like an ace, queen, ace, king when they bet the turn. And now B-Dun's got to love being checked to here. Even though he loses to an ace, he loses to a king, he can bluff worse hands out now.
But is he worried to get snapped off here?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Your opponent could also have an ace. And he gets snapped off by a 10.
What? No way. The 10 high call from David is the call of the night.
Holy crap.
This is insane.
Did you call 10 high?
And look at Carl. His eyes are falling out of his skull as David just like all business, like, hey guys, 10 high call, no problem.
But I just see the river.
I would think that someone saw my hand if they snap called me with 10 high like that on the river.
Oh my God, he just like, he went for like the 6-5. Okay, let's see it.
I just see the river. Call
Who
and 10
called
high.
Did you just call with 10 high?
Yeah.
What
Who
the
is the other
fuck?
player?
He can see my cards.
I thought he had 5.
Braxton?
Against you?
Put him on his hand, I guess.
He said, I thought he had 5-6, and he did. 5-6, 5-8.
That's a different level.
9 high or worse spades.
Oh my God, David.
What?
What an entrance to the stream here.
I've never called with 10 high in my life, actually.
The first words he says after more than an hour of play is, I thought he had 5-6.
How the fuck did the hand go that you called with 10 high?
Unreal.
I wasn't watching.
What a hand.
And he, oh, wow. And he had like, it was like a straight
Now,
draw.
granted, it was 7K on the river, you know, but that makes sense too for a little milky value bet. But
That
wow, that's insane. Great hand, David.
See what we're working with?
And no hesitation either. He probably would like had the gut feeling, and he probably was thinking to himself, if I think too long, I'm going to talk myself out of it.
Look, maybe he's a billionaire.
He put him on 6-5. He was correct. He's a genius.
All right, we got Okin 3-betting Steve here with King 10 suited. And Steve going to slow play Ace King in position. These guys are both fairly deep, 100K. And look at this flop, Remco. You thought action was done.
Oh, boy.
Top pair, top kicker versus the royal flush draw.
Oh, my God. 21,000 already in the middle.
Why are you targeting me so much?
I don't know. You're the only one that can target right now.
15,000 from Okin casually with the King 10.
I mean, this is just going to maybe be all in on the turn.
Yeah, look at the stack sizes, too. I'm actually, does Steve have that many brown chips left? He doesn't he has them in his hands.
I do believe he has 65 to 70K in his stack.
So
Okin, if he wants to have a bluff.
It's all in.
It's all in.
Okin has to shove. Otherwise, he's probably getting blown off the hand.
He could go with another
Oh, here it is.
Yep.
There it is. Puts them all in.
Put me all in. I mean, once or twice.
Twice.
Steve makes the call. They're going twice. Massive pot.
Have a draw.
You say twice?
This might be it.
This is a monster. Biggest pot of the night. $187,000 in the middle. First river
I have a king.
is the king of diamonds.
That's good.
Steve with ace king wins that one. Okin needs help. It's the 10 on the river, and Steve wins them both. Oh, my God. Steve with the monster pot. Brian Okin getting crushed, and you can't fault him for shoving the turn there with the royal flush draw.
No, well played by Steve. Just called. They were deep enough here. He decided to just call in position with ace king. You know, button versus small blind. We could have seen more aggression pre, but yeah. Just calls with ace king, gets a great flop, top pair, top kicker. Okin just with one of those casual bluffing hands, blocking all the good stuff, drawing to the nut flush and
Oh, my God.
the nut straight.
Yes.
And just whiffs both times.
68.
Painful, 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 painful.
I mean, yeah, those are hands that you just, you dream of.
That motherfucker today twice didn't come. Didn't come for you either. Both big hands. Deal twice.
Biggest pot of the night just like that. These guys wasting no time. Steve also, of course, no hesitation making the call, and now he's got $187,000 in front of him.
Wow.
Poker is a sick game.
I guess it's you back pretty
We
soon.
got a 10 high
You're
call,
back pretty
and the
soon.
very next hand we have almost 190,000 in the middle. Like seriously, this game deserves all the viewers and then some, because it's just constant action. I love it. Thank you all for watching. Please, like, subscribe. Make sure this game, which happens every Saturday, becomes more and more famous.
We're almost up to 13,000 subscribers on the Venetian Poker Live, so please
Love it.
make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Get us over 13,000. Hopefully we get over 15,000 by the end of October. I think that's a decent goal, although...
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right. Was it free to see this flop? No, it was $2,000. Did it feel free? Probably. King 8-8 here as Steve flops trips.
And Pennzoil Don flops trips too.
He does. I didn't even see that.
Okin with 2 9s, David with 2 jacks. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
L Dude in the chat says Okin and Royski eating Ben & Jerry's and Nutella later. That's
I'd
one
like
way
some
to
Ben & Jerry's.
One way to wash away the misery.
Look at Steve on a heater.
Just gonna make the call here. David with jacks.
And Steve and Pennzoil Don 180K deep.
Oh boy.
Okin could do some set mining here in position, hoping to turn a 9. But without a diamond, maybe you just release. David now with the pair with the diamond. He might want to set mine, but he goes. And we got the 2 8s. This could be a chop unless one player fills up.
3 of diamonds on the turn.
So listen to this. If it somehow is a card lower, 7 or below, that's not a 5. Steve's kicker will play.
$11,000 bet. Don putting together the call. 3rd diamond out there might slow Don down a bit.
Yeah, you don't love this when it was 6 ways to the flop and now the flush gets there. So you probably think you're beat.
Oh,
and
the
look at
deuce.
this. The 7-8 is good.
And they go check, check. Both players don't want to mess with those diamonds in this multi-way flopped pot.
Oh, really? Holy shit.
Nice hand.
That would have been a big pot.
Steve
Diamonds didn't come.
with a timely heater.
I'll pay you off, diamond will come. You might have 300, 400 to go home, but diamond will come. I can't fucking fold.
How much you can fold?
God, imagine if there's no diamonds.
Say that one more time.
That's a big pot.
Big game?
And don't fault either player for being a little concerned there.
No, more.
But yeah, you're right.
That one 6,000.
I think 95 maybe? I think.
Hey, that's a late hurt, like a little late run. Last 10 minutes.
Don
Like
sees
another
it
20
also.
right
I was going to play that last squid.
Me too. I was like,
I didn't.
I should have paid for that squid cheaper than giving you 20.
Yeah.
And then we'd be gone on the airplane.
Figured I'd just fold for 8 hours and then play for 10 minutes.
On the way out.
Yeah.
God damn it, that hand's
Steve did just announce his departure like 10 minutes ago. Like, after this squid, I got to go. And heater. Okay,
Pretty
beat on
good,
a
huh?
need of a button, I believe. Julien as well.
Got hand?
You got 20.
Yeah.
Soon.
What happened? Oh, the end of
King
it?
Jack 10 here.
Probably either the end of this squid or one more.
Done
squid.
after this hand, they told me.
They said done
Yeah.
after this end?
Yeah.
Okay, after.
If I
got the hit to the
leave all this, will they wire it to me later? So I don't have to leave cash?
Yeah.
Like just whenever I email them or whatever?
Have you wired
Julien
in
gonna take it.
No, I bought it with cash.
Yeah, deal,
Okay.
deal me out.
They may have to do it with a check. I'm not sure if they'll do a wire.
They mail me a check?
Because the squid?
Or come here and get
Yeah,
it?
me and him,
Get it.
we
All right, look here at the standings.
Oh,
238,000
Absolutely.
in front of Okin, but that is not from winning. Steve, however,
Yeah.
with over 1,000 big blinds, he is winning. Look at that, up 122,000 for Steve. Don also a big winner. Royski and Julien, the losers on the night. All right, my name is Remco Rinkema. Tristan Wade was alongside me. Thank you all so much for watching. This was Venetian Poker Live. Tune in again on Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, for a brand new lineup of Okin's game here. Thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thank you, and goodbye.